What fun. Oh dear. I have messed up. Big time. I should be playing some waiting music for you. Aha. You got me, Nelly. How are you? I'm still trying to get the link, guys, so just give me one sec. They're all sitting over there waiting for the link. Hey, Son, thanks for joining us. Sorry, I've messed everything up today. Totally shocking. I purchased Streamlabs and I thought, yay, let's do Streamlabs, and it ended up being a fail. Okay, everyone else has got the new link, so okay, we're here. A big old salad, Nelly. Yummo. So, hi Kathy B, and thanks for joining me. The other guys shouldn't be too far away, I think. I did send the chat link to them, I think. But they'll catch up eventually, if we're lucky. I need to cancel video by the looks of things. Sorry, guys. I need to get my shit together. All right, that should have worked. Oh. Hey, Pansy, thanks for joining us. No, we're not trying to dodge. I screwed everything up. So I set up Streamlabs with a really nice, like, coffee template and, you know, coffee with Aussie, and I even set up a like a virtual me so you guys can see something on the screen, and I messed it all up. I'm not sure if I messed it up or if YouTube's just being a bitch because I haven't got my 1,000 subs yet. I'm hoping that, you know, it's not going to be a drama because I paid a freaking fortune for it. I paid like $200 to use this Streamlabs, and I've just spent, how long has it been, Kaz? Hello, Kaz, by the way. I think I'd just been like more than a week learning how to use Streamlabs to start with and set the template up and everything. So it's a bit of a pain, but and if none of it works because YouTube's going to be a bitch, well, I'm going to be very unhappy. But that's all right, because I think I'm well on my way to my 1,000 subs. That would be nice, wouldn't it? You know, sometimes with YouTube, I think I know what I'm doing. And then, you know, I'll reach a milestone and then I'll just go, yeah, well, now you need another milestone. You're not quite there yet. Well, it's free, Kathy, but if you want template and all the roo, if you want all the roo, which I wanted the roo, you got to pay for it. So I ended up paying for it. Yeah, do that, Pansy. I think we're up to, let me have a look. I'll tell you how many more I need. Like, I don't plan on monetizing at all. See, every time I bloody open YouTube, it's like little fireworks everywhere telling me I've reached goals, but I'm up to 664. So there you go. Hello, A Wrinkle in Time. Yes, we're getting there very quickly, actually. I am surprised that in a very small amount of time that I've been doing this, you know, up to 664 subs. So that's been awesome. And I do have to, like, thank Nomadic Trek for at least the last 200 that rocked by, because they all came from him, from his Twitter account. You can't get link up. Which link are you talking about, Kaz? The cool crowd. Hello, Pyrus. Thanks for joining us. That's a good idea. I got the wrong genitalia to be Brian, but to this stream. The link to this stream. That's right. You're working on a broken phone, aren't you, Kath? Aren't you, Kaz? Yeah, I failed. I failed to connect Streamlabs. So, are you eating guacamole, Kaz? That's actually my favoritist food in the whole wide world, is guacamole. I grow my own avocados. That's it, Nelly. It's me, everybody. Here I am. Send it to you, Kaz. Scroll up. Look at the link I just put on the screen. All right, let me put it in Discord. Hang on. Oops. Here you go. I found you. Thanks, Kaz. Much appreciated. Now, I will actually issue a Discord invitation while we're in this chat. You hate avocados, Kaz? I love avocados. I don't know. I thought Facebook wouldn't open because of me. I must be doing something wrong today. I like avocado any old house, like just with a bit of salt and pepper, is delicious. It's the AJ heading. AJ? What? That's it now. Yeah, I agree. For sure. Suspicious as. So I take it most of you saw my last video that I put up. And yeah, no, I'm in contact with Mr. Nomadic Trek now. So you know that we both know who we are now, right? I'm not going to be showing any more conversations between me and him, but I just wanted to prove to all the naysayers that we have been talking and I do know who he is. So not just because I've been yakking to him on Twitter, but there are other ways that you don't need to know. It's between me and him and the front gate post. Oh, I sent you the wrong link. Oh, is that what you're telling me? All right, hang on. What the heck did I do? Oh no, that means I posted the wrong link in the other stream before I deleted it. Whoops. Oh, sorry. I got to change my title. It's actually this one, but hang on. I got to change my title, Kaz. Hang on a second. Bloody restream changed the title on me. It is this stream though. Should be right now. It should say coffee with Aussie now. Yeah, sorry, Kaz. I'm all over the freaking shop today. I'm sorry. Oops. It's titled correctly now, is it? Yeah, I plead the fifth with Pansy. It wasn't me. Are we good now? Oh well, I gave him a bum steer, Miss Butterfly. They'll all come over here because I think it's about summer. They'll be all like, what? Summer? Bing, 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 bing. It's almost as good as saying Aussie's Brian. It's the same link, Kaz. I just had the wrong title, sweetie. And it's in Discord. And it should show up on your Facebook with the new title, I hope. If not, blame YouTube. It's their fault. It's the right link. It's just the title of the stream got changed by Restream.io. Hello, Annalie. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, yay. A whole bunch of avocados. Woo, I could add them to the little collection I got sitting under my tree. I never have to buy avocado. It's so expensive here in Australia. Like hell expensive. Like they're a bit cheaper when they're in season, but I sent it to you in Discord, Kaz. It's the same link. It's not a different link. I just changed the title. All right, hang on. I'll show you. It's the same link, but you bitch. It's not changing the title for me. Blame YouTube. I'm sorry. Yeah, everything is sky high. I sent it to you again, Kaz, but it hasn't changed the title. So basically, the Discord and the Facebook, they only scrape YouTube. I don't know what the time thing is for YouTube, but like Facebook only scrapes it every 30 minutes or something. So it won't scrape YouTube for the new title until that whatever that timeout is. So I'm sorry, I can't make Facebook scrape. I'd like to. Is Facebook back up, Kaz? I know, it's all it's all backwards, man. Frustrating. Nothing's working to plan today, Kaz. I need a bloody tech head in my house. What the heck? I need someone to bloody help me work out why the hell my Streamlabs isn't working, because I had it on good authority that Streamlabs, you didn't need the 1,000 subs to hook up with Streamlabs. So I don't know. Might have to talk with Gray Hughes maybe, because he's got all that shit sorted. I know there's a few YouTubers I've seen have their Streamlabs going, so someone will end up helping me work it out. So what I would like to do, I'm not going to promise that I can do it, but what I would like to do is get a voice chat happening with Nomadic Trek, because I think he has a lot of insight that he can offer us. This whole how it felt to be on his end of the receiving end of victimization. Hello, Wendy. Thanks for joining us. I hope Gray will help me, but I'll find someone who will. He's a pretty busy guy. He's very busy making money. So the thing I like about Gray is that he gives pretty much most of what he earns from YouTube and is donated from YouTube to really good charities. So I love that about him. And I love his shows. They're very long, and I'm not going to point sticks because mine are too. Someone came and complained about the length of my live streams. I was like, dude, just drink coffee. It works. It's good. But yeah. So yeah, I hope to convince Nomadic Trek, when things settle down and he has Nelly, absolutely. He certainly has. But he's a burner. I kind of expected that from a burner. Like, he's even feeling a little bit bad that, that Chris didn't just, do the right thing in the first instance when he was approached and asked, can you please not do that? Thanks, Kaz. Hello, Amber. Thanks for joining us. Some names here. Appreciate the new subs. Thank you so much for subbing. Hello, Glitter. Thanks for coming. Oh, it has the opposite effect for you, Glitter. Oh, Facebook. So Facebook is back up then. That's right. He did try to make Chris see sense, and he did try to reason with him, and he did ask him to take the video down. Like, YouTube's policy is you need to ask the creator to take the video down first, and he did that, and then he sent him an email, and then Chris was like, you routed it from Amsterdam on a VPN. Well, of course he did. He doesn't want to be doxxed through his IP address, does he? So, Margie, thanks for joining us. Correct, Nelly. It has been very healing thing because, well, I don't know. I don't know if he's not deleting all the negativity of his page. He could be. And it just looks like a whole bunch more healing going on, but I don't know. I know I'd be deleting our Western Crooked if I was him. So. But Kaz and I have been talking about this on Discord and discussing how it feels to be on the receiving end of it. I mean, and that's an important thing for all of us to learn, I think. And because Nomadic Trek is so measured and composed and is in the healing of the spiritual healing that can be obtained that way, I think he will eventually join us and have a yak about it. It'll only be his voice, if at all he agrees to any of it, but it'll be a start to getting people to understand what it feels like to be on the receiving end. Because I think the more we understand what it's like to be on the receiving end, the less likely we're going to be to dox people like that. Hello, Mikey likes it. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's tuning in today and he's having a listen to this live stream. So everybody put some hearts out there for Nomadic Trek and let him know that we all love him. We all care about him. Blue hearts for Nomadic Trek, everybody. I think bit of a delay between the stream, between what I'm seeing with you guys and what you're hearing from me. So come on, guys. Blue hearts for Nomadic Trek. I know. I did purple ones. Yes, for young and unseasoned profilers. That's right, Nelly. I agree with you. Let it be a lesson to you. Wow, that's how far behind me you guys are. Crikey. Hello, Cassie. I have to wonder if the delay is actually my internet doing weird shit, because I'm pretty sure I've used up a lot. Hello, Wendy. Thanks for joining us. It's good to see you guys. A lot of these people are new subs, guys, so it's bloody awesome to see you here. I'm sorry about the huge delay in everything. So, have you all been watching Benny's stream? Hello, Anna. And oh, sorry, Anne. I think I already said hello to you, didn't I? I'm going to start forgetting who I've said hello to very shortly because there's quite a few of us here now. So, have you been watching Benny's streams? Because there's all these going around saying, "Oh, Benny did all this and Benny did all that," and it turns out Benny didn't do any of it. Yeah, Wendy, I have different times that I do lives. I try to do, around my 10 o'clock in the morning, which it is now. Well, it's 10:30 in the morning now, but I try to do around the 10 a.m. mark so I catch your evening yesterday in the past, because technically I'm in the future. Oh, that's no good. Hello, Peacock. That's no good. Damn reminders. Thanks for joining us, Peacock. He wishes he did, that's right. Yeah, but he sort of deserves it a bit because he jumped up and went, "Yay, I did it, it was me, I did it." In a way, that was a bit silly if you didn't want everyone dumping on you for doing it, for, blaming you for doing it, then. But in hindsight, I sort of think I see where he was coming from. Like, he wanted to focus off Nomadic Trek on Twitter. So I think his heart was in the right place, but now he's just got to take whatever you throw at him because he was the one that said it. So, yep, he's a total clown. He is. So, yeah. But I get where he was coming from, like, he wasn't just clowning around. I'm pretty sure he was trying to distract the masses away from the Twitter account. So, kind of, been working with Benny for a little while, so I get his personality. I didn't find, no, I don't. You all already know I didn't like waking up to him yelling in the mornings. You all know that. If you were ever watching the chat, I was always like warning people, put your earplugs in. Yeah, I need at least 3 coffees in the morning before I do yelling. But yeah, I do know his personality now, and I'm pretty sure it was all coming from a good place. I just think that it confused things like far too much. That the guy on Twitter now has a bigger uphill battle. He's not Benny. Like, it was already an uphill battle proving that he wasn't Brian. Now he's got an uphill battle proving he's not Benny. So kind of like added to that drama, and sort of over complexified it for him. Poor guy. And anyone was expecting, especially Nomadic Trek, was expecting that the hate towards Benny was going to be even worse than the hate towards Brian. Like, I can show you some stuff. I'll show you these things. It's quite funny. I'm going to show you some before and afters because it's pretty funny. Oh, I'm going to plug in a USB stick, so I'm going to bling blowing at you. I don't know. He's just a loud person, Amber. Like, just a casual conversation with him on the phone is fucking loud. Yeah. So let me just show you like some before and after snapshots. This is pretty funny. Let's get date order. And then some thumbnails so I can see what the heck I'm looking at. All right, so let's get this one up. And then let's get this one up and I'll share my screen. Okay. No, the 27th, that's the first one. Okay, so this is like let me get it on the screen for you. Here is this is the day this is like the day after, I think, or maybe 12 hours after Chris M posted the here's the proof video. And so, we had mostly positive sort of posts coming from Nomadic Trek because he's a pretty much mostly a positive guy. There was very little, negative or bad words. And if you watched my live stream on that topic, you'd have seen that most of the bad words they were picking out was just like it was actually a good thing that he posted, but one word in it was picked up by the algorithm as being, a bad. So he is actually mostly a positive, sort of uplifting poster. So yeah, thanks, Mr. Positive, and thanks, Kaz, for posting links around the joint. I appreciate that. So yeah, so this is a snapshot of around about 12 hours after Chris posted here's the proof. Yeah, that one, the confirmed one. So now I'm going to switch it. I'm going to show you a few hours after. No, this is actually the day before. Hang on, let me switch it over. This is the day before Chris got some cancellation. I use any bloody bad or derogatory terms. So this is the 29th. So this is 2 days later. So you can see here to reach the same 200 posts, it took him 67 days, whereas that last picture, it took him nearly a year. So there's the sort of, you can see the change. This is when people started hammering the poor guy. But as you can see, he was still largely positive in his replies to people. You can see his replies increased up to the 59. So he went from 1 or 2 posts a day to this point where I think he's at around the 2 to 3 posts per day. Now let me show you. Let me show you what happened after. Oops, don't shut that window. Damn it. I nearly cut us all off then. Oops. Now we'll go to the last screenshot that I did, which was a couple of days ago after Chris got himself cancelled. Can I open it up? Come on. Get your shit together, Aussie. See, this is why it's so much easier to do it in Restream. I don't have to do all this mucking around to get it on the screen. Easy to do it in Streamlabs, I meant to say. So there we go. It's still largely, positive feed posts, but you can see that he was standing up for himself a little bit more by this stage. No, he didn't deserve any of this. Extra 3-ish, pansy. So there you go. So what was the other thing? Oh, that was what I noticed about this was so the theory is he's in hiding at the moment. And let me just quickly pull up some numbers for you. He's totally in hiding at the moment. Nobody wants to know. I mean, everybody wants to know where he is, but he's ramped up from 1 or 2 posts a day to 40 posts a day. That's 200 posts in 5 days. Yeah, was that the one that I created, Kathy? The fake one that I created? Hello, Nanny. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, 40 posts a day. You think the FBI are too stupid to find out where those posts are coming from? He's posting from his iPhone and the Twitter web app. 40% from his Twitter web app and 60% from his iPhone. So, yeah. I don't know, some people probably aren't really that computer literate, but going through the technology that was being used during the 2 lots of protests. So there was the BLM protests and then there was the elections protests. I think the FBI's got a they got their fingers in the technology, all right? That's the easy way to say it. So I don't know if you all remember what's his name? Oh, God, I'm going to do it now and I've got a room full of people where I forget the guy's name. Edward, crikey. Who's the dude hiding out in Russia because the government went after him for doxing him? I can't think of his name for some reason. And I know him so well because, I worship the guy. But you guys know what I'm like with names. It just falls out of my head at the stupidest times. Thank you, Snowden. Thank you, Kathy. I'm so glad you guys are getting used to me doing that. For some reason, my mind just goes blank at the dumbest times. Edward Snowden told us all what the FBI had going. Yes, thank you, Mike and Wendy. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed sometimes when that happens. Yeah, Snowden showed us everything FBI's got going on there, right? It's not just a matter of, the FBI don't have the right permission to go snooping into this information. They are tracking everything. They are tracking it. Those tweets are going out onto a map. I can actually show you the tweet map. Yes, Wendy, he should have, eh? One of the savviest people in the world. It is Intel. No, like I know that person is, and he's not that savvy. Trust me. They've already made this fuck up already once before. I can show you a tweet map. One of 7. Yeah, yeah. It's the same. It's the same 7 that were involved in that other bloody trashy show. Do you remember the other trashy show where that poor woman had to go on the news and thanks, Jim. Like seriously, I'm not even a profiler. I like if I can do this shit just like searching, doing a bit of research, then surely the profilers can do this shit, and they should have their hands on like far more techie tools than I got my hands on. So yeah, I mean, how hard was it to work out that the Burning Man event actually did happen? There's a lot of people saying to me, man, we all seen that because we were all bugged out because of the cool drone show that they did. Well, that's how I knew about it, because of the drone show. Because like I'm right into drones, so anything that pops up on YouTube about drones hits my home YouTube page, hit a YouTube feed pretty much straight away. So I saw it all. I knew the Burning Man thing happened. I don't know if he did, Kaz. I think he's just computer illiterate and just trusted his sources too much, I guess. Um, People send me information, and like, so what was that one I did the other day? It was based on a tip. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten that you could actually edit a web page in place and then do a screenshot of it. Someone actually reminded me that. That wasn't one I had to fact check because I already knew I could do it. I just forgot about it because I haven't built a web page for a while. Yeah, that's it, Amber. I related to all these tweets too, but that's because I hang around with Burning Man types here in Australia. I actually live in a little valley in Australia that is like where all the burners from America came to. They come over here to start a new Burning Man, like another arm of Burning Man here in Australia. And this is where they all live. They live here in this valley where I live because it's a alternative living style area. Yeah, that's it, Anna. So you do get you get the picture though from these graphs that I'm showing from Social Bearing. Hello, we say howdy here. We say g'day, mate. And I think he may have a little bit of confirmation bias, but also a little bit of bias towards the sources that he's getting the information from. So he's not fact checking him now, so they just send him any old shit, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, Pansy. I'm not entirely sure how that stuff works. Mug, he doesn't own the Airstream. He's actually sponsored by Airstream. They still own the Airstream. They're his sponsor. So when you start earning some money on YouTube, it's not so much the earning capacity, it's the reach. It's your reach capacity. When you start being able to reach 10,000 people, you start getting sponsors start hitting you up. We'll send you a free blah blah if you advertise us. So that Airstream is actually an advertising bonus. They are sponsoring him, so they give him the Airstream. So that's where he's doing his live streams from. He was, Kathy. He's actually hanging out for his behavior panel interview. That should be good. But yeah, so he doesn't own that Airstream. No one's getting that Airstream off him. If anything, Airstream might just get a little bit embarrassed and take the Airstream back. Like he's not even on air right now. And I think this is part of the pressure for Chris right now, is that, that they are going to come and take the Airstream back if he's not on the air to advertise it. That's exactly right, Amber E. Exactly right. Tell me them two don't go to Burning Man. They absolutely do. I can pick a burner a mile off. Hi Rose, and thanks for joining us, and thank you for the compliments. I don't generally take compliments too well. I always pass them off to someone else that deserves them, but I'm learning to accept some compliments, so thank you. They are very expensive, but Margie, remember how many viewers he's got. Remember his audience is around the 80,000 mark, 100,000 mark. So that's an advertisement for Airstream. Airstream's build cost is nowhere near the buy cost, trust me. I'm pretty sure it is. It's not given to him, it's loaned to him as an advertising gimmick. Did all of those hit videos. That's right, Wendy. Yes, it is a little problematic, Jim, because they are actually training. I was totally bummed that the behavior panel they decided to do, Robert Durst, and had this perfect opportunity of showing a person on the spectrum, like ASD person, and how their guilt shows through differently to normal people, and they didn't do it. They didn't jump on the opportunity. He was the perfect opportunity. But what they did instead was they applied all the what normal people do to Robert Durst and went, yeah, see that tick? That tick means he's guilty. It's like, no, that tick is what pretty much all ASDs have. Hello, clucking funts. I'm glad I'm going to screw that up. I'm going to have to call you clucking because I'm going to mess that up and get my video bloody terminated. Not taking complaints is an Aussie thing, mate. He'll be on there. Well, yeah, that's right, Peacock. Along with all the right wingers who got kicked off Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Wendy, who wouldn't love to have an Airstream? hope they do too, Marg. Oops. Oh. Sorry guys, I got this problem where I'm trying to scroll down the screen and I keep hitting the show messages button. Right. I think that he actually did get this larger audience from Summer Wells case for sure. And then the Gabby. So I'm so good at speedy to catch up with you guys. Yeah. They actually do have that background. That's the scary thing. They actually do have that background. Yeah, sure. He didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I reckon he's had over 10,000 for a long time now. So oh, not taking them. I totally read that wrong, didn't I? That's funny. Dude, my family are all famous for saying things back to front, like mocks of batches instead of box of matches, and bat flatteries, stuff like that. So yeah, I clicked straight away what it was. Yeah, glitter. I'm one of those people who gives them curry about it. I gave him like full lectures a couple of times now about neurodiversity. Because you can't take an atypical template and apply it to you can't take a typical template and apply it to atypical people. That's just ludicrous. It doesn't work, you know. I have tics like right now, just talking to you guys. If we were on camera, like I'm not going to go on camera, but if we were on camera, you would see me sitting here doing this funny thing I do with like itching my head. I don't actually have an itchy head. Excuse me. I don't actually have an itchy head. It's just I don't know. It's just part of my mannerisms because I'm talking to you guys and I'm trying to keep my hands up and active so that I'm still scrolling through the chat questions. So yeah, I got this little thing. Yeah, I'll just itch my head in between scroll, itch. So it doesn't mean that I am guilty of anything, does it? But if you were asking me questions about a crime perhaps and I was doing that, then you probably would. Jenny, I'm not sure I follow what you're talking about. Have I missed something? Do I need to scroll back, Jenny? I was trying to say that your video was protected and you were okay. I linked the law that shows you are allowed to do the video. Are you talking about my my critique of Chris M's video? Is that what you're talking about, Jenny? Michael Crow, he was stimming. I didn't actually look that close, Amber. I guess I should go and have a closer look at it. Like, because I read about the Michael Crow case. I read more of the stuff that happened than I actually watched any videos about it. So Yes, you're talking about, yeah, no, my video's still there because he's not here to strike us. My video on Chris's my critique of Chris's video, it's still here. It's still here. He can't strike me for it because he hasn't got a bloody YouTube account. He could strike me for it if he has a YouTube account, but I would just appeal it under the Australian law because ours is slightly different to yours, and I'm allowed to critique his work. No, sweetie, you didn't offend me. I don't know why your comment got deleted, so it might have just been a trigger mod because they are expecting, and I apologise in advance, Jenny, they are expecting the trolls to come back, so apologies in advance if we have trigger happy mods tonight. And he still has the same number of subs, right, Kathy? And here I am struggling to get my bloody 1,000. And I'm telling you, no clucking funt on this bloody platform can say that they're the reason I got my YouTube channel going, because they are not. I'm doing this the hard way, man. I get so tired of people saying that, hey, like, oh, so and so, he's only got his channel because thingamajig, like, you know, put the good word out for him or whatever. It's like, give it a rest. Don't put the good word out for anybody if you can be like that. It's like taking a gift back, isn't it? I hate that shit. I really do. Thanks, Jenny. Oh, it's so hard to take compliments. I still want to pass off some of them to Nomadic Trek because he actually inspired me a little bit. I was getting a little bit running dry on what I was going to talk about next. I actually am overrun with what I was going to talk about next. It's quite the opposite. But just the inspiration to go and get all the materials together to research what I was going to do next. That's where I was running dry. And when this stuff happened, I just felt so badly for him. I wanted to stand up and say something. So that's right. That's right, Cluckin. It's exactly what I need. Right. That's right, Rose. And that would have been part of my appeal if he did strike me. So 372 subs, hey Boris. Oh, Prius. Sorry, I'm going to say your name right. I'm going to read that wrong every time. Shocker. How many subs do you have now? I don't know who it was, Kaz. Someone did, but I'm sure everyone would be forgiving at this particular point in time because there's some shit going down out there. Okay, who have I missed? Hey, Kathy, thanks for joining us. We are chatting about, you know, coffee and crap. I was nearly going to call my stream Coffee and Crap, but I screwed the whole thing up and ended up somewhere else and got my bloody description changed on me. And so, because I like Emily D. Baker's Coffee and Cursey Words. I don't miss an episode. I love it. And I love the name of it. Yeah, she does do the cursey words, and I do the cursey words occasionally too. So, so I thought coffee and crap, but my whole coffee theme broke. So I don't have a coffee theme yet. Isn't that sucky? Okay, Rose, thanks for dropping by. Much appreciated. That's exactly right, Nelly. There's instigators out there who have been, harassing people. Like, for example, look at the ones that harassed Cherry Medina, right? Look what they did to her. And a lot of people did complain about it. A lot of people reported it. You're about to hear my kettle go off. I'm making a coffee, so. A lot of people reported what they did to Cherry Medina, and MASH reported them. And it wasn't just like the regular true crimers who report it. It was like a whole bunch of her family. Like, she had lots of backup, and her daughters and her cousins and her aunts and her uncles, and everyone went over there and reported it. And they never, those videos are still there. That channel's still there, and those videos are still there. All free. Like, 4 channels are still there, but 1 channel deleted themselves. So, but 3 of the other channels are still there, and they still got their, I don't know how many subs they've got now. Like, they're all in the 20,000s ish sort of range. So, hello, Shay. Thanks for joining us. Would you like me to make you a coffee? Yes. Then there is a certain amount of taking responsibility for your own actions. But, that's what I forgot to say a little earlier. The koala gif. Did the koala gif? Wait, where's the koala gif? Is the bot doing koala gifs? I missed the koala gif. I don't see it on this bloody screen, so. Let me tell yous. Let me tell yous that it absolutely was Chris's own fault that he got took down, because Nomadic Trek told me that. So this is the conversation that I had with Nomadic Trek. Before I go ahead and say all of this, let me just start with the conversation that I had with him. I said to him that my next video, what I wanted to do for my next video, was prove that Chris is his own worst enemy and that it wasn't a mass troll attack. And I said to Nomadic Trek, the problem is to be able to do that. Right now, Benny's copping, the larger brunt of the whole thing. And it's being called a troll attack. So if I do a video proving that it wasn't Benny and it wasn't mass troll attack, that means that Chris is going to go back and focus on Nomadic Trek again, right? And he's going to have his 90,000 followers go back and hassle Trek again. And so I said to Trek, do you want me to tell them that, it was because of his attack on you? It was your doing, not a troll attack. It was your doing because you didn't appreciate the way you were doxxed. And I let him choose. I said, it's up to you whether, that's what you want me to do, or we just leave the status quo, because Benny's quite happy to take the brunt for the status quo. And we can just leave it at the status quo with everyone running around like jooks with their heads cut off. But so do you want to know what Trek said? Well, they were already coming at him hard anyway, Kathy. That's why Benny was happy to take the rap, because, he's always taken the rap. You know, people wonder why Benny yells at his phone all the time, and it's because he's always taken the rap. What time is it here? It is 11 a.m. Coffee time. That's what time it is around here. It's coffee time overtime. Anyway, so yes, he said, go ahead. He said, go ahead, do the video and prove that it was not a mass troll attack. So he understands that Chris will probably start focusing on him again if Chris actually takes it on board and you know, accepts that, you know, it wasn't a troll attack. Then he's just going to focus back on Nomadic Track for his channel being taken down. But at that sort of juncture, Nomadic Track seems to think that, you know, at some stage he's got to take responsibility for his own actions, and so he's not too worried if it ends up turning back in, you know, the focus turns back on him again. So yeah, I told him not to stress too hard about, you know, Benny taking the rap, but he's said, you know, publicly on his Twitter page that, you know, Benny seems like he can handle it. We all know he can handle it. So there was no pressure for him to say, you know, yay or nay towards, you know, me doing a debunk video on the mass attach. I don't know if any of you have seen that. Like, some of my guys don't have Twitter, so I have to actually share that with them. That when Chris typed on his Twitter page, I think it was his Twitter, it might have been Facebook, I don't remember which, but he actually typed a mass attach. So that's sort of what we're calling it now. But I'm not going to be making fun of the way Chris talks, because that is, you know, clearly he has a speech impediment, and I don't think it's right to be making fun of people with a speech impediment. So we won't be having any of that, and I would just put that out there right now before anyone starts, just so you know. Let's not make fun of people with speech impediments. A mass attach is what he wrote. We say howdy here. That's going to be a hard one to remember. I'm going to have to give you a nickname, mate. I'm going to have to get, that's who you are now, your mate. Matey. Nomadic Track seems to be capable. Well, that's exactly what he did. And he stood up for himself. And so, you know, this is between him and Chris. It's not between, you know, Chris has just got his little horde out there fighting his battles for him, which is really unprofessional, in my opinion. You know, if I had a guy from California like threaten me, and I know he'd like put all these videos out about me and then banned me from talking about a case, and then produced a song about me and Betty. It was pretty funny. But you know, I didn't actually, you know, get the horde together to go after him and start attacking him. You know, I just switched fucking YouTube off for, I don't know, a month, I think. I switched YouTube off. I just went, go on, knock yourself out. Come back to it later. So that was why you didn't see me on Benny's channel for, I think it was just over a month. It could have been a bit longer, but I sort of went quiet for a bit there, just because that's what you do, you know. People being rude about shit, you just disappear for them, they forget about you. You come back and off you go again. You don't actually need to have a freaking army. You do, Pansy. I find that surprising. I haven't even looked at your channel. How rude am I? Once I got past 20, stopped looking at everyone's channels because it's very time consuming. That's rude of me, isn't it? I have to follow your channels. I have to go through my subs list. If you don't show me who you are with your subscriptions, then probably can't find your subs channel. So fucking enough, eh? Well, there you go, Kaz. I didn't know that. Like, I'm not really gonna go, looking for the guy, to be honest. I stayed sub to his TIR channel just because I wanted to, see what stories he was coming out with and what paths he was taking, not to criticize him or anything. And you need to understand that the criticizing that I'm doing is about just general OSINT stuff, right? So I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm not saying he's anything like that. But what I am saying is he could have researched that topic. That's all I'm saying. And I'm showing you how he could have researched it, how easy it was to research it. The invisible room. Yeah, that one, Pansy. You can't add water to the trolls after midnight. That's right, Shay. That's true. Very true. So, yeah. What was I? Add water to the trolls. There was something that actually made me think of something, but then I read the next comment and it fell out of my head straight away. Yeah, right, Pansy. So that's happened to us all the way along because we were not speaking badly about the West family. So if you haven't watched, Benny's live this morning, he actually talks about that whole scenario and he tells you who Chris's sources are because they're the same people in that same story. They went and did all that stuff to that woman in the West case. They thought she was Mrs. West's mother, so they went and hassled her. So yeah, the gremlins, that's right. It's just Larry here. Hello, just Larry. Sorry, I missed your comment. Things are moving a little quickly for me here. I'm trying to roll it and read the chat at the same time. So thanks for joining us, just Larry. And I missed your comment. What was your comment? Oh, it was just a hello. All right. Well, I hope I was diplomatic about it, Cassie. I mean, that was the point, that you can criticize without, being rude and obnoxious. So that's what I'm trying to do is, be critical. Like if you watched any of the videos that I did on the web case, I uploaded them all. It's probably some explaining to do there because you guys wouldn't know what I was talking about. I put it all in a playlist called I Confess It Was Me. And people were like, wait, what are you talking about? Because all those videos came out during the West case. I published them as a pseudonym called Catch Me If You Can. And that was because it was all gang related and nobody in America was game enough to speak up because there was gang stuff involved. And I live in Australia, so, they're not going to fly the Crips to Australia, are they? I did it as a pseudonym, Catch Me If You Can. And so nobody knew who it was that produced those videos. And so I put the originals on my channel so that people could see that, it was me. There was a whole bunch of stuff that went on, There was a, hello, Paulie, thanks for joining us. I didn't know you had your channel until recently. Congrats, I haven't seen you since the boys. Yeah, I fell off for a little bit, Paulie, because I got threats. Things got a little bit nutty on YouTube, so I turned it off for a little bit. See, that's the thing about YouTube is, when people are doing nutty shit, just switch it off. I'm renovating my cabin, so, I got plenty of things to keep me occupied, so I don't actually have to look at the YouTube if I don't want to. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Cluckin'. Yeah, well, I put them back up for that reason, just because everyone was saying you need to admit your role in everything. And that was my role in the whole lot. That was my role. People were making up all sorts of fucking stories about me. It was so funny. There was all sorts of shit going on, and they were all telling each other these silly little stories. And really, all my role was like, I was telling Benny and Doug, don't go after these people. These are bikers. You need to take care of yourselves. Like, you actually live there. Sorry, bikers. Sorry, gang members. You guys actually live there, and I don't. So, don't go after these people. So, but Benny, tough nuts, had to go after one of them, didn't he? And he ended up picking the wrong one. Not just picking the wrong one, like, as in he ended up picking back, but picking the wrong one as in the wrong name. Picked the wrong name from the big, huge list. He picked the wrong name. It was all spelt different and everything. So that's right, Kathy. They're pissed as because the West won't talk. And that's what I keep saying to people, like, that keep saying, oh, Don should shut up. I'm like, well, make up your mind, man, because when it was the West, you were all pissed off they wouldn't talk. Now you got one talking, it's like, shut the fuck up. So, yeah, get caught up on the West Boys, Pansy, because the Cash Gernon case is solved. The West Boys is not solved yet. It's still and here's the thing that pissed me off about it. And I put all those videos back up about the West Boys, and go and have a look at the view counts. Now, when the West Boys were first, like when this all happened, like back in January and February, any video about the West Boys got thousands of hits, like straight away. Like, it wouldn't even be up overnight, and there'd be 3,000 views. And go and have a look at the views on those videos right now. So you tell me all those thousands of people actually cared about those boys. I don't care about the views, incidentally. I'm not bitching because I didn't get views. I'm bitching because it was such a big hullabaloo. Everyone was, we care about the boys. We care about the boys. but they don't care about it because no one else is talking about it. So far as I know, me and Duty One are the only ones who have posted anything about the boys lately. Oh, sorry. And the guy who, I can't say his name or else he comes at me, 100, him. So the other 5,000 who claimed that they cared about it, they obviously don't care about it because they're not talking about it anymore. They haven't actually raised the topic in quite a long time. And I'll tell you something interesting. Sergeant Pear, who is he's the detective in charge of the West, who is actually he's actually a gang specialist, believe it or not. He's like an FBI gang. He does all, like, I forget the name of it, but he does like lectures for the cops on gangs, so they know, all the ins and outs of the gangs in their areas. So hi Sabrina, and yes, disguised as Concerned Cal City, exactly. They just wanted to throw rocks at people's windows. That's all that Concerned Cal City shit was about. Because apparently in America, if you're really concerned about something, you're allowed to throw rocks in someone's windows. If that happened here in Australia, there would be a criminal investigation to the person who actually threw the rocks in the windows. And we all know who it was that threw the rocks in the windows. They were actually seen by the people across the road that spoke up, said they seen them, and then got the hell out of Dodge and sold their house, got the hell out of there. So it's pretty bad when a crime happens in your area or in your street and shit gets so real you've actually got to sell your house, eh? So yeah, I don't see a lot of people talking about the West Boys anymore. So, it's over. Hello, Morris. Thanks for joining us. That's right, Cluckin. Cluckin has got it in a nutshell. You'd get lapping if that happened here. It's exactly right. Yeah, that guy, Kathy. You found that movie? What movie did you find, Kathy? Which movie are you talking about, Kathy? For the boys, looking for the boys, Kathy. Oh, the news that I got was Sergeant Pear. Sergeant Pear said when the truth about what happened to the West Boys comes out, everyone's going to be gobsmacked. So that's what Sergeant Pear said. So what do you reckon he means by that? Like, serious? I think they know where the boys are. They know what happened to the boys, and the boys are not dead. The boys were not murdered, and they were taken by a stranger. That's right, Kaz. It wouldn't be pretty. Like, the media would still park out there, like, maybe not right on their lawn, but, they would at least know not to trespass. The media would still, park themselves out there. And some people might, try and hang out with the media But anything like, getting out there with the megaphone and chucking rocks at them or vandalizing their home or any of that sort of stuff, no, that shit doesn't go down in Australia. The police would come and move it all along, even if the media were making so much noise, because you've got to shut the fuck up noise. You got to shut the fuck up noise after 5 p.m. and before. It's different in different states, but around 10 a.m. Before 10 a.m. On a work day, on a weekday, it's 7 a.m. You're not allowed to make noise before 7 a.m. and after, I think it's 5 p.m. And then on a weekend, it's 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. So yeah, prices are insane. My pouch of tobacco costs $130, so I make it last. I make every smoke I have a teeny weeny itty bitty racehorse. So yeah, I am speculating, Paulie, and I am speculating that Sergeant Pear knows what happened to them boys. Oh my God, Wendy, she would find herself bloody arrested from that, because that's a threat. That wouldn't happen in Australia. The neighbourhood would body slam you. Exactly, Penny. Just try and get away with that shit in Australia. The neighbourhood would absolutely gang up on you. I mean, even if the whole neighbourhood thought the laundries were guilty of something, they still wouldn't have that shit in their hood. They would just be like, get that shit out of our hood. Is that right, Nanny? They measured the decibels. Well done, Pansy. I wish I could quit cold turkey. It'll probably happen one day. I used to smoke marijuana leaf. I never smoked buds, just a bit of leaf. And I woke up one day, I think I smoked leaf for 10 years, I guess. Better side of 10 years. I just woke up one day and just forgot to have a smoke and never thought about it for at least, I don't know, probably 2 weeks. And I was like, holy heck, how did that happen? Like, it happened all by itself. The Underground Railroad is the people that actually go catch them, Cassie, but it was a family abduction. New South Wales, clucking. Way up north near the border. Fair's fucking fair. Exactly. Fair shake of the sauce bottle. Hey, Penny. Yeah, that's right, Penny. Yeah, and that actually reminds me of something that Chris poked out about Nomadic Trek's post. Only you can fix you, right, Pansy? Because people can tell you to give up smoking all they want. It ain't going to work. You're the one who's got to make that decision. So, yeah, exactly. Bullhorns. Well, you know what they did in the West case? They went and parked themselves on Grandma's bloody front yard and screamed at her front door and made a racket until she sold it. She sold the house. She packed it all up, sold it. You're in Melbourne, Cluckin. There you go. I'm up near Byron. I live in what the Indigenous folk call the big scrub. I had to think for a second because it was just almost fell out of my head at the last second. Almost, but it didn't. Not quite. Red shifted dollar. If you are going to come in here and start that shit, you get one warning, and if you haven't noticed, I got quite a few mods. Someone's going to fucking boot you. So don't start that shit in here, okay? You've been warned. If Brian Laundry is out there, that's fine. You can say that. But if you're saying it to someone directly that I think you're saying it to, you can fuck off. End of story. All right? Yeah, well, Peacock, I thought there was noise and public nuisance laws over there in America too. But like I said, those people stood out on the front lawn of Grandma West's house. Like, seriously, they were there for over a month. Serious, every fucking day for a month. It was ridiculous. Wow, Wendy, good on you. Oh, I think it's a bit different when it's your government. It's a little bit different when it's your government. You're supposed to be allowed to protest your government, and that does involve, standing on their lawn shouting sometimes. Oh, come on, stop doing that. Oh, this chat really annoys me, guys. It makes me press the scroll down button. It doesn't just scroll on its own. Click off font. Exactly, clicking. Right, Paulie. Will too. Most Australians will too. No. Sorry for shouting you out there, Peacock. Oh, this chat's truly pissing me off. See, this is why I need to get my bloody stream working. I don't have to frustrate over stupid shit like this. All right, so I'll fill you in on why I'm... Thanks, Cluckin. We should have a chat one day. You want to come up and have a chat now? Let me send you a link. We'll have a chat now. Because I was going to have a rant about dickhead in the chat here. Coming over to start shit. Battery's getting low. I got to plug in, guys. Okay, I got to do two things. I got to plug in and I got to get myself a cold pack because this bloody Surface Pro overheats. See, another reason I need to get that bloody StreamYard going. Where's my cold packs? Do you want the link? Clocking. Come up here and have a yak with me. Shall I post a link for you guys? Let me go find how to do this. Where's my link? Default brand. I don't actually know where the link is. Oh, I'm getting my shit together, Pansy. I am, slowly. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. 5 minutes. Okay. I'm not going on camera, clucking, and I don't expect you to. Just voice will do. But I just got to work out how I do this. So give me 1 second. Show me advanced settings. No, I don't want to upgrade. I want to share my stream. Where is it? I've not ever shared a stream before, so I don't actually know where it is. Let's have a look. I've got a destination, view event. Nope. That's not it. Damn it. Someone tell me where to find it. I know it's here somewhere. Hang on. No, that's graphics. Chat and captions. Guess I can stop sharing that. Anyone out there know where the link is in? Hi, Alley Cat. Thanks for the compliment. Thanks for tuning in. Where the heck's the link, guys? Oh, well, thanks for owning up, Pansy. Oh God, I know it's here somewhere. Add a person. I found it. I find it. All right. Tell me when you're ready, clucking. Oh, you were talking about clucking going up. Yes, there is security footage. It just got all ballsed up because the people who got their hands on the security footage, well, they didn't even get their hands on it. They actually went to the guy's house next door to the West, the phone up and filmed, or a GoPro, I think, and a phone over different days, and filmed his TV screen. So it's really bad quality footage, like shocking footage, and then added their own narrative to it. And so the videos that I put up is really just pissing all over their narrative, because it really was worth pissing on, really, to be honest. It's all right. I found it, guys. I find it. Hey, BBK, thanks for joining us. And anyone else that I haven't said hello to you too. I'm missing names here because I've got a scroll problem on this stupid chat. It ain't scrolling fast enough. What day of the week is it here? It is Tuesday in the future. Okay, clucking. Here's mate. Yeah, well, you're a little helpful, Pansy. That's right. Now, I need to just change some settings here. So just not going to see your names for a second. I need to show non-participants. And names, I got that right. Yay, BPK. Thank you for finding me. I'm excited too. Okay, hang on. Where is that? There it is there. Hello, CF.
Hello.
How are you?
Oi.
Hello, mate.
I've never done this before. Mates, what's hanging?
Look, it's everyone has a first time, so you're a YouTube virgin.
You're my first, Aussie. You're my first. It's the first time I've done girl too.
Girl on girl action.
Yep. You're my first for both. So,
how's the weather down your way at the moment?
oh, the storm overnight was full on, but it's Melbourne weather at the moment. 4 seasons in one day.
That's right.
How's the weather up there?
At the moment, but
yeah, Byron's
it's
all right.
been raining. Yeah, it's been raining heaps up here, so that's why I haven't been doing audio to my last couple of videos, because you know what it's like with the rain on a bloody tin roof.
I was about to say, have you got a tin roof like me?
I do.
That's so, very Aussie. That's an Aussie thing to have, Aussie, a tin roof. Yep.
Oi, oi, oi.
That's it. They pay a lot of money for a tin roof in America.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they do.
I think it's cheaper. It's cheaper to do tiles in America, right? And it's the other way around here. It's hello Ashley, thanks for joining us. Yes, it's the other way around here in Australia. It's actually cheaper to do tin.
And tin's very Australian. Yeah, we've got. If you're going to do Aussie, you do it properly, hey?
That's right. You got to do it properly. So I got another Aussie yakker that might want to jump up and join us if you want to do a three-way. I don't know.
Yeah, a three-way. Let's do it.
Let's do a three-way. Let's have a threesome, Kaz. Kaz, grab the link. Come up and have a threesome with us.
I have to remember. I have to try and remember that there's a what do you call it? Delay.
Yes, there is a bit of a delay, and it gets worse sometimes because I'm on satellite, so sometimes a cloud might like go over and you'll get a little glitch. I'll sound a little bit robotic or something on you. So
those clucking clouds.
Those clucking clouds.
Those clucking clouds. Because I know that I hate it when people are talking and then they're all talking over each other and you can't hear a clucking thing.
Exactly. And then, the rain makes it worse. I did have one stream, Benny's like, come on my live, and it was like that freaking loud. But it was just as he brought me into live from the back room, the rain stopped. I was like, well, thank fuck for that. But because I live in a forest, the drips off the trees for ages afterwards.
Yeah. So, yeah. I love the bush, noisy, baby. Yeah, love the bush.
Yeah.
Gotta love the bush.
You're just out of Melbourne, or actually in Melbourne, in the city?
Otways. So bit bush, bit. So I'm Melbourne half the time, and then in the Otways. So
you're right.
Past Colac, so in the bush.
Yep.
So, but I go back to Melbourne.
Yeah. People are noticing the differences in our accents.
Are they
Saying we've got two
really?
different accents.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's because I'm from up north and you're from down south, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I think
But I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, I don't notice it either.
No.
But, you know, I certainly can pick it with New Zealand accents. I remember going on this trek with these people, like, so they were from America, and they were like, do you know any good treks? And I took them on a Billy T and Damper ride in the mountains.
Yeah. Awesome.
And so we booked the tickets for us all to go for the day. And the guy come and picked us up in his little minibus, and he jumps out and he goes, as we were getting in the bus, he goes, "What's your head?" And I went, "Wait a minute, you're not even fucking Australian." What?
Yeah.
He's like, "Nah, you picked." The Canadians that were with us were like, "How the hell did you pick that?" It was just a one word. He just said head. I was like, "Yeah, you're not even Australian." Selling these Australian experience horse rides, and you're not even Australian.
Oh, that ain't cricket. That ain't cricket. You can't do that. You can't sell Aussie shit if you're not Aussie.
Well, technically they are Aussie because they live here now, like, so.
Oh, okay.
It was just the accent was still like really thick, you know, like, and I picked it up straight away. But the American and the Canadians couldn't pick the difference between accents. So,
well,
but it's kind of like that.
That's I've never noticed it. I've been all over Australia, and I don't think I talk different to any other Aussie. Maybe I'm yelling. Maybe I've been listening to Benny too much.
Yeah.
Because I'm yelling at people too. I'm yelling at people too. But like, I would look psychopath if I went on camera right now with all the shit going on the tubes.
Yeah, there's some fucking shit going on. I've steered clear to most of it. Like, I had two morons. That's it.
Well,
that's it.
I don't click on it because I won't give them the views, and I stopped listening to CM ages ago because no ex-detective should be on YouTube putting people's shit on blast with absolutely no proof whatsoever, and he's making thousands of dollars. Right? So I started yelling at him, and then everyone else started yelling, and I'm going, no, I'm not watching. But then today I was in my favourite... Today I was listening to my favourite YouTuber, comes from South Carolina, and they dragged her into it. Yeah. And I know for a fact she hasn't been there because I've been in the same... I watch basically the same channels. So unless they're in there under another ID, she's got nothing to do with it. This is not a mass attack from YouTube. It's not. It's
a mass attach.
Yeah. Twitter did this to Chris, the guy on Twitter. He did it to himself.
Exactly. The guy he attacked did it to him.
Yes.
And that's fair. All's fair in love and war, eh?
That's it. That's it. Because you don't cluck around with Twitter. Twitter is more political than anywhere else. You don't cluck around on Twitter. YouTube's for the clucking around.
The person that he clucked with is like totally would have overlooked it if he just heard him out. And like when he said, see, YouTube's guidelines is you approach the channel owner, ask them to take it down, and then if they don't, you can go through this process. So that's all Chris had to do to save his channel was listen to the ground.
Yeah, but his ego wouldn't let him. His ego wouldn't let him. And he needs content. You know, and when he did what he did to the Wells, and then for once there were so many people standing up saying fair's fucking fair. Oops, fair's clocking fair. And he didn't like it.
Right.
So it's...
And like he turned everyone off. Like,
Yes.
I was being as polite as I possibly could, like saying, "You've got it wrong, Chris. You need to look into this like a little because you've definitely got it wrong." Because I found records. I dug a little deeper than most people because I'm a bit more tech savvy, I guess. But I
No,
found
details are
records.
good. Details are good, Aussie. You got to have details. If you're going to go on the tubes, details are good. So I like your research. That's why I said I like you, because I like what you're doing.
That's only half of it, because if I go any deeper, I'm actually am going to dox the guy, and I don't want to do that. So
Yeah, no
there's
one
way
should
more I
be.
can do.
Yeah, no one can be put on blast or doxed like that. You can't do that. You got people's. You got to consider other people, collateral damage. You know, like families, neighbours
Right.
down there in Florida.
Right.
Like
Right.
like that shit wouldn't last here.
Right.
We'd knock their
Well,
blocks off.
you
Could
know,
you imagine? Could you imagine, Aussie? If someone was in our front yard with bullhorns, we'd knock their blocks off.
it would just be like a whole neighborhood thing too. It wouldn't even just be one. The whole neighborhood would just come out and go, "Shut that racket down, or we'll shut it for you."
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I'll ask you once. I'll ask you once to shut the fuck up. Otherwise, we shut it up.
Knock their blocks off.
Yeah, knock their box off. Knock their box off.
Right.
I feel like go.
We got a bit of a delay happening. I just wanted to say to Kathy B that you're right. CM wasn't doxed. He the screenshot that was shown was not doxing him. It was actually cluster maps. It was public information. It wasn't doxing him specifically. It's just a cluster maps, which is a totally public website. You don't even need. It's not.
But you can't
behind a paywall. So.
Aussie, the thing is though, like people can do that stuff, but you can't go on a channel with that many people watching and just go, oh, this dude over here, he's Brian Laundrie. You can't do that.
Exactly. You can't do that shit.
If he really thought that was Brian Laundrie, then he should have just kept his mouth shut and sent the right people from the right departments to the right spot, and maybe he can take his Airstream there and get it before the news cameras do. But you don't do that.
Right, and I felt the same way about all that other business that I don't want to talk about. So
I feel like I have to say over after every sentence, like a CB.
Yeah, right.
That's what it feels like. Over, yeah. Over kangaroo, up a koala, in the gum tree. We'll talk Aussie spy stuff. Nah.
Raven fucking galahs.
Tell me what you want to say about the well stuff.
Oh, that was sort of a line that was drawn for me personally, because it shouldn't have been on YouTube, like.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him.
He should have taken. Right, he should have taken that to law, because there's just so many people out there that aren't on that page where they're going to be, sensitive about it and speak about it sensibly. There's a lot of people who just think it's, total rubbish. Like, look how the Kavanaugh shit went.
Yeah.
So just as an example, you might not be familiar with that, but
yeah,
that was
yeah. But I think of it like think of it that was William Terrell. Remember him? The 3-year-old in the spider suit? Imagine being his parents and going through all that, and he disappeared. And they were isolated.
These sort of
Sorry, missed that.
And then all these stories come out about, family shenanigans.
Yeah, which took it everything. Yeah, and that took everything away from Summer.
And you know what I liked about Australian media is they took the parents aside, the adopted parents of William Tyrrell's. They took the parents aside and they sat in their own home, in their own comfort zone, and they didn't pressure them to say anything or ask them too many questions. They just let them,
Talk,
in their own
talk.
time talk. Right.
Yeah, all they did was offloaded. We had their faces blurred. We knew the
Right.
location. We knew all the details we had to know to track shit down, but we
To
didn't
look for the
have.
kid.
Yeah,
No.
that's all we needed
And
to
they
know because his family background didn't matter. He was a 3-year-old kid. Now William obviously had some issues because why was he in a foster home with adopted parents, but actually at his grandmother's home? So he obviously had some issues, and we don't know about that, and we shouldn't know about that.
Right. And we found that the police even protected that family, like from people going around there and doing shit like hanging out on their front lawn or doing any of that sort of shit. The police actually protected them, and kept them out, like kept that shit away from them. And what else? We didn't dox them on bloody. We didn't have the media go, "Oh, here's their criminal records."
No,
you know what I mean?
No, but
None of that.
I think Australia learnt its lesson with Lindy Chamberlain because they ripped her apart and then had to release her from jail when they found that matinee jacket in the dingo den.
Right, exactly.
So we learned our lesson, and that was, I'm old enough to remember that. How old are you, Aussie?
Do I have to say? Do I have to admit?
No, you don't have to fucking do anything. You're Aussie. Do what you like. Do what you like. No, I'm just curious. I was just curious, but no, I don't have to know.
I've admitted it heaps already in other live streams, so I'm 53.
Okay, so you're a little bit older than me. I'm 47.
Yeah, there you go. I was I think 11. I think I was 11 years old when Azaria Chamberlain was taken by the dingo.
Yep.
And I actually lived in Alice at the time. So.
Yep, that was terrible. And they ripped her apart because of she was 7-day Adventist. Now, I'm not religious, but isn't that what Don and that are? Like that, so they had the religion play. They had all of the drama on television, worldwide coverage. Because even The Simpsons said, the dingo's got my baby.
Yeah.
That's how famous she is. Yep. And she did nothing.
It's not even fucking funny. It's not even funny. Dingo actually did take her baby. It's not even funny anymore.
Yeah.
It's serious shit now.
Yep.
So.
And they made her out to be imagine if we had to put the YouTubes in that mix. Or the Facebook, or the Instagram, or the Twitter.
You know what blew all that up was the fucking UK, sorry, the clucking UK come over here and with their media. That's what blew all that shit up. Because they just come over here like, they just blew up the bloody Peter Falconio shit again. That's who blew all that shit up again. Like that dude's in jail, like he's convicted, and there was mountains of freaking evidence in that Peter Falconio case. The only thing they didn't have was the body, but there was mountains of other evidence, and his and her DNA all over his gear and his truck and shit.
Yeah, so she doesn't come across well, and that's the problem with the Wellsers. They don't come across well. It's the worst thing you can ever do is go on, be in a trauma and go on blast. That's just crazy. But then if you don't do it...
the same problem with Lindy. She was too stoic, and that's what undid her with the media, because she was too stoic. She didn't want to cry in front of the cameras. She didn't want to be blubbering in front of, the whole world. So she was trying to be stoic.
Yeah, Volcanio. What's his name? Peter Volcanio. His girlfriend
Peter
is the same.
Falconio.
His girlfriend's the same.
Right.
She doesn't come across well, but she
Right.
happens to be a pom. So the UK media
Right.
are following her over.
Right. So that, yeah, and they've stirred it all back up again because now that guy reckons he's going to get a freaking appeal. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
he can appeal, but he needs to have new and fresh and compelling evidence. He's never gonna get out of. There's not going to be any new and fresh and compelling evidence that proves the DNA all over his freaking car didn't belong to Peter and what was her name?
I'm trying it. Joanne, and I haven't got Google in front of me. Joanne somebody.
Oh, man.
I remember what she looks like, but I don't remember her name. And I remember what she looked like because she didn't come across well.
Right.
So
that's exactly right, and that's why it's all been stirred up again. So the behaviour panel did a reading on her, and I was spewing the whole way through it. Hey, I was just like, I'm so not commenting on the wall because whatever comes out is going to be fucking angry. So I just didn't comment.
Yeah. I like the behaviour panel. Chase is as cute as Cluck. But I don't agree with them 100 times. I don't 100%. I'm not agreeable because you've got to you can have as much body language science as you like, but you've still got to take human nature into account, and nobody can figure out human nature, say exactly how you're meant to act.
Right.
So I watch them with a grain of salt.
Half the problem with Joanne Lees was that she thought what the media were doing was hilarious. So when they were asking a question, she would like smirk and stuff, and that like so many people like that.
Doofus delight, doofus delight, doofus delight, doofus delight, doofus delight. Gosh, shut up, doofus delight. For fuck's sake. So, oops, I forget where I am. I think I'm talking to a mate about all the tubes.
That's all right. You can swear on my channel because I have warned people that there is swearing here. So,
well, listen, Aussie. Aussie, if you invite someone up that's clucking funds, you're probably going to get some fucks somewhere.
Exactly.
You don't need detective work for that.
I wouldn't have invited you up if I was too precious for it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be precious. You're an Aussie. You shouldn't be perfect. Yeah. So, anyway, I just wanted to yell at someone and not do a Benny. Like, I like Benny, but fucking hell, sometimes I go, calm your farm, Benny. Just calm your farm.
Exactly.
Stop feeding off the shit. Like, you should all be shutting up and suing Chris. Just shut up and legal up. Get a fucking lawyer.
So, I think that hopefully, that Benny will pull his head in. I think his wife's on his case. So he's not talking to me at the moment.
So is Chris's wife. All their wives are on their case. I'd be on their case, man. You don't be on the tubes.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
What the fuck are you doing? Yep. I just want to get their heads. I want to get their heads and just bang them together. Just bang everybody's heads together and say, what the fuck is going on here?
Well,
this is crazy.
I don't know about banging their heads together. I'm a bit like Nomadic Trek. I'd be like, kiss and make up, or I'll slap you.
Just go back in their corners. Just go back in their corners. Stay away from each other.
Right, and mind your own business. Yeah.
Do your own
mind
thing.
Your business.
Yes. Just do your own thing. You don't be needing all this stuff because it takes away from all the people that really need help.
Right. And I think too that Benny brings a bit of it on himself because he's always going after the channels, and he just needs to stop worrying about what other people do.
Yeah, and he looks like a crazy fuck. So whatever he's,
I think that
whatever he's trying to do, Whatever he's trying to do,
That's
the
his
crazy
alpha
fuck
brain.
to get. Yeah, but the crazy fucks are getting in the way. So
True.
and
Go on.
no, I don't want to. I feel like I'm cutting you off your own channel, and I don't even know if I'm yelling,
No.
and I can't see the chat, so I can't even imagine what's going on in there.
Actually, everyone's enjoying it. They're all laughing at us. They're
Are
like,
they?
listen to these two
Yeah,
glars.
listen to these clucking old moles. Listen to these clucking old moles from down under. Listen to them. Commenting on all the American fucking crime and throwing our own in at the same time. Yeah.
Right.
I just don't get it. Like, because it's taken away from everything. But people have to have, when you've got a YouTube channel with that many subscribers, you've got to find content. So Chris's content is, is my phone ringing? Oh,
I don't know.
I think it was, and I hung up on my kid. That's going to get me the
Oh,
Mother
no.
of the Year award, isn't it?
Do you need to go?
No, I hung up on her. No, I've been doing that for 25 years. Yeah, she'll survive another 20 minutes on her own. You've got to learn it. At 26, you've got to learn that mum's not always going to be there, even though I said I was.
Yeah, true. You're allowed to break promises sometimes, eh?
Yeah. And if I tried to get her, man, I'd be calling her for a week. So she can wait 20 minutes. Sorry, Aussie, go.
Yeah, cool. When I was looking with my mate Trek about the whole thing, like how it all went down and whatever, he said something which was an American phrase. I actually can't remember it now. Something about, maybe the Americans in the chat can tell me what the saying is, but it's something about a dog and his biscuits. Okay, so in Australia we would say he's got himself into more trouble than a lizard on a hot tin roof.
Yeah.
And so this thing that Nomadic Trek said is equivalent to that, but in American. I just can't remember it, but maybe the Americans can remind us so I can tell Cluckin what it was.
Yeah, tell me. I feel I'm starting to go, my God, what's the chat saying? Because I can't see it. So
they're a little bit behind us, like they're so the stream goes on I think it's like a 5-second delay, so you just got to wait for a second for them to answer me. Eventually they'll come back and they will catch up. Wildflower in here, don't miss her. And Aroa, hey Aroa. So these two are New Zealanders across the ditch. They're just across the ditch, mate. Wildflower and Aroa. I actually can't say her first name because I think it means welcome and love or something like that. In New Zealand, it's Maori name, but I got the Aroa bit. Okay, they haven't actually answered us. Cluckin, are you there? Are you there, Cluckin?
Yeah, I'm here. I thought you were. I'm worried about the delay.
Oh, cool. That's all right. Yeah, they're actually having their own conversation over there. They're agreeing with us. Yep.
Are they?
Whatever you fucking nuts say, sure. Sure.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got their point of view, but not everybody gets their face on the YouTubes and tells the whole fucking world.
Yeah, exactly.
And they should know better. They didn't hear your questions.
No, they didn't hear what I was waiting for them to answer. So I must be on such a terrible delay. I think I actually must have some clouds floating over and everything's slowing down on me. So.
I think you sound like you're on a CB radio.
Honest. Sorry.
No, I don't know. That could be normal because I've never been on a live stream before. So I don't know what it sounds like, what it's meant to sound like.
Well, part of it could just be a really shit bloody, microphone on the Surface Pro.
Well, I'm only using.
I do.
I'm only using my normal telephone headphones, so I've got no fancy shit, no fancy recording stuff. But I haven't got super chats either.
Right. Me either.
Yeah, makes a difference.
I got buy me a coffee now.
I see people have that. So what's that? Just another app?
So the Streamlabs is like right now I'm just using a web interface to stream to it's just like StreamYard. It's just called Restream. There's a program you can download it onto your computer and it can actually works directly with YouTube, and they give you a free tip page goes with your program. So yeah, so I set up a free tip page. I probably should post the link, shouldn't I?
Yeah, why not?
I'm sure if my mods had the link, they would be posting it. Hang on, let me chuck it up.
So how long have you been doing this, Aussie?
YouTubing?
Yeah.
4 weeks now. Like I think I did my first video about 4 weeks ago.
Oh,
3 or 4 weeks ago.
Good girl.
But I had been a guest on a couple of channels over the time. I got very much into the West Boys case because of William Tyrrell, because of that whole thing. It was just so similar to William Tyrrell.
Yeah, that's what when Summer's case come up, that's what the kids piss me off, when people attack the kids, and then when you bring up all that other stuff from a million years ago,
yeah,
right in the middle of when people are meant to be looking for Summer. If you've got those issues, I'm go and do your thing, and all of that stuff, but you don't do it in the middle of, what is it, your niece has gone missing, and your first thought is to get on a YouTube channel and start spewing out stuff from. How does it help her niece?
Yeah, exactly. And the stuff that they were saying about all of them kids. Their kids away. Like, don't fucking take their kids away. Why
What's the use of taking the kids?
You want some evidence and shit first. Exactly. Totally agree. So just let me say this to my chatters, guys. Any of the mods, copy this link and store it somewhere. This is my buy me a coffee link, so that you guys know you can buy me a coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, buy her a bloody coffee.
I already got some coffees bought for me. It was cool because I didn't even I actually just was talking about it in the Discord, and Sue Ellen from Paris, she was like, show me the link, I'll test it out for you. So she went over and did it, so that was cool.
Yeah. Now everybody's doing it, but how much money do they take off you?
None.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Fuck you, YouTube.
Yeah. Clock off, bunts. Clock off.
Thank you, Cassie. You pansy.
Will that get you into trouble? Will that get you into
YouTube to clock off?
No, yeah. If I tell people to clock off because they're funts, will that get you into trouble?
No.
Okay.
No, you're allowed to switch so long as you mark your content as not suitable for kids.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, which I do. I'm cutting true crime, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm not gonna make kids like. I mean, that was something that pissed me off with bloody the interview room. They're complaining to YouTube. We're a family-friendly channel.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
bullshit.
no, you're fucking not. You just finished telling everybody about bloody SA and blah blah.
Your family's channel. Your family's bread and butter. You're not a family channel. Your family's bread and butter. That's what it is. So he can make all those fancy posters that he likes. It's sort of like the Markles. You know, the Harkles, Harry and Meghan, fucking royal prince dude.
Yeah, I reckon they should just leave that poor kid alone.
Yeah, well, he should shut the hell up. Just shut up. Stop selling your mother's bits. Go and have your private life and shut up.
He needs to be able to. The media needs to stop fucking hassling him so he can shut up and go have his private life.
He's signing $200 million deals.
They already murdered his mum. They already murdered his mum.
Rubbish.
She's dead.
Rubbish.
They drove her into the fucking water.
What a load of rubbish. What a load of rubbish. She was in the car with a drunk driver without wearing a seatbelt, travelling 3 times the speed limit. They fucking did it to themselves. You'd have to be one excellent super spy to be able to time all that perfect. That's
I
bullshit.
wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the media chasing them. I was talking about the media chasing them.
Yeah, but she called him.
Her around everywhere.
She also used to call them.
They used to and they would make her cry. Every time they spoke to her, they would make her cry.
Oh, Suki Lala. What a Suki Lala.
Now they're doing it to Megan. It's like,
and now he's selling her again. So he's complaining about the world selling his mother, and now he's doing research to sell her again. What a load of hogwash. Anyway, how did we get from true crime to the royals all in one sentence? Or the ex-royals?
Yeah, exactly. The ex-royals. I have no fucking idea. That's the Aussie brain going 100 miles an hour. Flat out like a lizard drinking.
Or our mouth, my mouth. Motor mouth, call me. That cock and front motor mouth. Anyway,
Cassie, that's my tip link, Cassie. That's not the stream. Well, actually, it is. All my streams go there. Actually, it's a good place. If you get a bit lost on YouTube, it's just one web page which has all my stuff on it. It's all my videos and my lives when I go live and blah blah blah. So,
how many people in the chat? How many people in the chat, Aussie? Have I sent you people away?
23.
So I've sent some of you people away.
I don't know how many was there before. I wasn't watching.
Oh, well. It's not the size that matters.
That's right. Usually after the 1 hour mark, people start dropping off. They're like, okay, I had enough now.
Yeah.
That's about when I start talking rubbish.
I've got a blowy in the house, Aussie. I've got a blowy in the house. Yeah, like a real maggot carrying blowy. Yeah. We'll have to chemical warfare. I think I got him.
All the chatters are like, what the fuck's a blowy, man?
A blowy in the kitchen. He's not blowing anymore.
Thing, stop it. I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I'm getting the subscribers, aren't I? Come on, stop it.
Are you?
Oh my God.
Are you getting subs? Is that what they call them on YouTube? Subs?
subscribers.
Yep. Are you getting them?
Sorry for all the screen flashing, guys. I'm trying to make the chat window scroll itself. And to do that, I've got to hit this little new messages button, which happens to be right over all of your comments, and it's not fucking doing it.
Well, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
No, you can't. I can't even help me, dude.
Well, you're clucked. You're clucked. You're up the river, man.
Up the bloody river without a paddle.
That's it. That's it.
Well, there you go. So,
so does someone else want to?
What do you reckon Chris's chances are of getting himself back on the freaking steamer?
I reckon that if they can cancel Donald Trump from Twitter, that Chris has got no fucking hope.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is
exactly.
It is. You don't fuck around with Twitter.
It's not cricket, mate.
It's not cricket. It just ain't cricket. You just can't do it. Exactly. You just can't do it. So, Nomadic Track had every right. Imagine being a normal, everyday person and you're just doing your shit, and then your phone keeps blowing up because apparently now you've just killed your girlfriend in the desert and driven home to your mother's, and now you're in hiding, or maybe you've been eaten by an alligator. Our crocodile.
Yeah, I reckon he might have got it. I reckon he's like piss weak, went and chucked himself off a cliff and got eaten by an alligator. That's what I reckon.
I reckon our crocodiles are bigger, and I wouldn't be surprised if they got him out of the country.
Yeah.
So, and if he killed himself, then Gabby's parents should be able to take that body and chop it up into 1,000,000 pieces. Yeah, because that's exactly. Gutless.
Well, what do crocodiles do? What do crocodiles do?
What do you mean?
When they find a carcass, what do crocodiles do?
Then they roll them and store them for a while until they pop up.
Right, they go and stash them under a bloody under the
reeds of
mangroves,
the trees, the mangroves. Yeah, so they put them under the mangroves, and then they wait for decomp and all the gases to build up. And then it floats to the top, and then they might take one bite, a couple of bites. A couple of crocodiles might take a couple of bites, but you're not going to be gone. And our alligators are more calmer than crocodiles. That's why they can live so close.
Sure.
But like, I'm no Bindi fucking Irwin. I'm no Bindi fucking Irwin. Don't quote me on that. Right? Don't quote me on that.
I'm no Bindi Irwin. I grew up in crop territory, man. So
yeah. Well,
what I can tell you is that's what they'll do, and they Brian Laundrie. He's fucking stuffed under the roots of a tree.
No, he'd be up by now. He'd be up by now. Decomp would have brought him up by now. Maybe that's why they're still looking for him, because they're thinking the same thing.
Right, they went back to the bloody swamp today, so that's what I reckon they're thinking.
Yeah, could be. They're going, well, Decomp's got to have said if he's been hidden somewhere, he's got to float to the top sometime. And alligators,
they won't find much of him. They won't find much of him after the alligators are snacked on him for a bit, because
mate,
the whole body comes after that point that it's all decomped and they all have a nibble.
Aussie, trust me, there won't be much left when he floats to the top, regardless whether the alligators. I mean, he'll be there. But they're not. It's not a sight everyone wants to see, and because there's not much left, people start to. And that was the thing they were saying about summer, right? They were going about the sniffer dogs and decomp, right? And they're sending in the cadaver dogs, and they're all saying, "Oh, yeah, well, trust me, mate, a dead body smells dead instantly. If you've smelt a dead body, you know what death smells like."
Right.
And people are saying, "Oh, like maybe she didn't start smelling straight away, and maybe they did this, and they moved her from here to there, and if they've moved her so much, they better have her in a good sack or something, because you can't, after a couple of weeks in the Australian sun, that you can't just pick a person up without them falling apart."
No.
That's the gruesome truth.
Well,
And
Kathy
it
B
smells
made a
instantly.
very good point, because America's got a lot of scavenger birds, a lot of scavengers in the bird family. So
Yeah, but
there wouldn't have been much.
even if he was, because there's bugs and stuff as well, but even if he was eaten by things, there's still clothing. There's no animal I know of worldwide that picks up and eats clothing.
For sure. I
There's
think
got
that's
to be
partly
something.
how they identified it.
Yeah.
That's why they were saying, before they actually had an identification, they were saying they think it's there because of the clothing match and the hair color, because the hair will still be there.
Yeah, plus you've got all the other variables, like people on TikTok have the van in at that time in that place. You don't have to be Chris McDonough to figure out that, that's pretty easy for them to pinpoint. When they've got everybody on the tubes and the internet giving them stuff, she was easy to find. But if that TikTok hadn't happened and they didn't know where that van was, they may never have found Gabby.
Carrie B, let me ask you, if this was your daughter, would you like people saying that about your daughter on the internet? I think people don't actually consider what they're actually saying on the internet.
What did Carrie B say?
Sorry. They sold that little girl to a trafficking ring. I don't even want to repeat it.
What a load of rubbish. And I bet she got that information off a psychic.
For sure.
Because everybody
from the fucking spirit box.
Yeah.
For the spirit box in the telephone.
If you're a true psychic, then figure out where the fuck she is, give the information to the relevant authorities, and shut the fuck up until it's court case. This is not. This is serious shit.
If you're a true psychic, you don't go anywhere near the case unless the parents are okay with it.
That's right. And if you had any credible, if you knew about the Summer Wells case and woke up in the middle of the night with a flashbang, and you knew where she was, then just go straight to the police and tell them where to go find her, and then make a report.
Right.
And shut the fuck up until it's a court case, unless you want a guilty person to get off on court. Because I don't know where they're going to get unbiased juries for all these people.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just can't imagine if they were my families and people. Imagine having a daughter murdered in the desert and have everybody all over you like that. And then they're going through family members, and then they're bringing up family members to get stories about shit that happened 20 years.
Terrible.
Like, how are the cops, the law enforcement, meant to find these people with all this other shit going on? And this Chris M getting on Twitter and tagging the FBI. Like, what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking?
Hi, Mama Mia. Well, I agree with you entirely. Like, I just need to answer Carrie. Open chat doesn't mean victimizing, re-victimizing people, okay? Open chat means that it's okay, you can talk, but if you're going to re-victimize people, I don't want to re-victimize people, all right? I'm sorry if I was blunt about it, but we're not here to victimize and re-victimize. We can victimize Brian Laundrie all we want, because we know that see you next Tuesday did something to that girl, okay? But
the fund
story.
did something. The fund did something, and if the parents are, yep,
he's not a victim, right? But
no, he's not
a victim.
Yes, unless they helped him. If they helped him get out of the country, or helped him in any,
then they're not.
Then they're just as guilty,
Right.
But if they did nothing, imagine if your son just came home and you could make up any story. You could say, "Oh, I left her in such and such a place, and she's staying with her friends for a couple of weeks, and we're just having a bit of a break." And you'd go, "Oh, that's sad," but you wouldn't double check, would you? You wouldn't ring up the. You go, no. Okay, that's what my kid said. They're having a break. I'm staying out of it. So
right, you'd stay out of it. Come on, let's go camping and take your mind off.
Yes,
that's probably what I would.
Exactly. If you had a kid moping around,
random squirrel. You know how Chris is tagging the FBI all the time. Well, guess who else was tagging the FBI every time he frigging replied? Can you guess? Can you guess who else was doing it? Because Nomadic Trek was tagging the FBI and his local cops and shit as well. So
imagine the resources. Imagine the resources that have to go into a YouTube, Twitter bitch fight. Because they have...
Say that again.
Imagine the resources that the FBI are using because they have to go and put people on a YouTube and Twitter bitch fight.
Yeah, because exactly.
Chris should never have gone after Twitter. He should never have gone after anybody on Twitter. If he had that sort of information, he should have gone straight to the cops. It's because he didn't have content, and it's because he's making a shitload of money, and his ego has got too big for his boots. You can't do that. That's just... Yeah. And now they're all doxing each other. Benny and Chris and that and the
frenzy.
No thanks. He's in on it, and then the lab was in on it. And I'm going, what the... And then I saw this morning they dragged all the other creators into it.
Right. Anyone and those other creators were off doing their own thing. They weren't even paying any attention. They were off doing their own thing.
No, that's when it pissed me off.
It's like, hey, interview room's gone. Hey, guess what? Hey. They actually didn't know. I knew before they did.
And they had to talk about it in their rooms because everybody's talking about it, so you can't ignore it. And that's what they've been trying to do, and now they're dragged in. It's ridiculous. Right.
The only reason I knew before everyone that Chris pointing fingers at is because I was actually in the process of downloading that video, that last one that he did, so that I could, have it here to do another bloody critique.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did a second video, and he actually, I'll tell you about that in a second because it's just fucking crazy. But I was in the middle of downloading the second video when he was terminated, so I actually didn't get the whole video. So
you don't play around.
That's how
you can't play around anyone else Twitter.
Did. Hello.
Right, Kaz.
Hello.
Kaz, meet Cluck and Fun.
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh, hello, Kaz.
Good.
Hello. How you going?
Because my internet is shit, this is going to slow things way down. Like the fact that we're not trying to do video is good because it'll keep going a little bit smoother. So there's going to be a little bit more delay. So just so you ladies know.
Yep.
Okay.
Now let me just finish what we were saying because Well, what were we just talking about? Fucking hell, my brain just fell out of my head. What were we just saying before we brought Kaz on?
You were talking about you couldn't download the second video.
Yeah. Okay, so why was I talking about that?
Kathy
Oh
B,
my God.
I think I can see there. Kathy B.
Okay.
Oi, oi, oi.
You said it, sister.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi. That could be your new intro.
Three
Aussie?
little Aussies sitting
Yeah.
on a tree.
KISSING. First come, love.
I remembered.
Oh my God.
I remembered what I was saying. Let me find it now. Okay, I got it. Oh man.
Okay.
Seriously, in that second video that Chris did, right? I'm going to do a video about this. I've got to, you know what I'm like. I just got to do a video about it.
Oi, oi, oi. I'm not going to speak again. I'm not going to speak again until someone says clucking, because I don't want to be going over everybody else's voice. All right? So if you want to say something to me.
All right, so here we go. On August 12th, this was in Chris's. Hang on, let me share this. This was in Chris's second video.
Excuse me.
Because I don't think it was up for very long before it got took down again. And then because it messed up my connection to the video, I got none of it. So that's shit. Let me get this up here to knock the girls out. I'm just going to knock you girls off for a second.
Okay.
That's all right.
I think we're all good.
Yeah.
We all just give me a okay so I know I haven't silenced you.
I'm fine. Yep.
All good.
Okay, is it cool? So see this was off the second video. So on August the 12th, all right. Now I've got some screenshots of the police body cam, right? And the police body cam says that they pulled over Gabby and Brian at, I think it was about 4:40 or something like that. So if you have a look at this, you see we're saying that on that day at 4:19, Brian was posting on Twitter about meditation. And then at 4:32, Brian was on Twitter posting about rest and relaxation and breathing exercises. And at 4:41, Brian was on Twitter posting about noticing the little things. And at 4:48, the cops have pulled him over. So you tell me how he was in Moab fighting with Gabby, screaming, yelling, punching, hitting each other, then getting in the van and driving to that park, which I think was like a half-hour drive. I could be wrong there. I'm sure the Americans that know the distances will correct me on that if I'm wrong. Supposedly driving along, she's hitting him, they're driving, they're swerving, they've hit the gutter, the cops pulled him over, they're speeding, they see the cops and they're speeding, and all this time he's fucking twittering.
No, it's probably her. It's probably her.
No, it's all a mass hallucination. Get it right, ladies.
But
it's fucking nomadic track. It was nomadic track. It just proves that it's not fucking Brian.
Exactly. That's I was going to say, it's Chris's timeline means nothing. 30,000 people, 40,000 people going on Chris's timeline they're going down the wrong fucking road. I'm sorry. Because it's not the same person, for fuck's sake. You're not going to catch him if you're not on the same road.
It's a blind leading the blind is what it is. And everybody just ran along for the chase.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly, and it's all for content and
Yep.
clicks and views.
Well, you look at it. He incited 90,000 people to attack people on YouTube.
Yeah.
How many people stormed the Capitol in America? That's a lot of damn influence when you think about it.
Yeah.
Not to mention a lot
Didn't think
of
of it
damn
like that. Didn't think of it like that because we
No.
don't have a comparison to anything like that. But
No, we don't.
Okay, Ali just made a really good point that they might be different times because we don't actually know where Chris was when he took these screenshots, right?
No.
Because when I take screenshots of people's Twitter, it converts it to Australian time. So it shows me the wrong date and time. It actually shows me Australian date and time.
Yeah.
So I've actually got if you were looking at any of my stuff that shows you Twitter screenshots and you see the date's not quite right, it's supposed to say the 29th, but it says the 1st or whatever.
Because we live in the future. We live in the future, America. We live in the future. We live a day ahead of you.
Right.
Okay,
right. So we need to know where Chris was in his flashy fucking Airstream when he did these screenshots of Brian's thingo, because it would have converted it to Chris's time zone and it might be different. But if Chris was actually there thinking he was hunting fucking Brian.
Oh, Chris's look, beam me up, Scotty. Come on.
Yeah. If listen, if Chris was the fucking detective he claims to be, he would get his facts right before he put shit on blast.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, that's the way it's supposed to work, but it doesn't. And
No,
because it doesn't, you're going to have all this turmoil. You're going to have people attacked. You're going to have people jumping here, jumping there, jumping everywhere. And nothing is going to stop until Chris is actually stopped completely. What he's doing now is sickening.
Benny will forget about him. Benny will forget about him quick enough. Oh. You know, like he doesn't crap on about all those.
Oh, they all need to forget about each other. They all need to forget about each other. They're too busy making videos about each other and not about the actual people that need the help, for fuck's sake. It's all about ego.
Yes, thanks, Ali Cat. See what you can find out about Chris's time zone compared to where he thinks Brian is time zone.
Yeah, that would be good to know.
Because we're literally talking about 3 different time zones, because where Nomadic Trek actually is or was on that day is probably a different location again, a different time zone again.
Yeah.
So I think around the 12th to the 14th, he'd have been close to Nevada, that area, just because I know I've confirmed he was actually heading towards Nevada for the Burning Man festival at that time. So he's in that sort of area. So his time zone there, and then whatever time zone Chris thinks it is, he thinks it's North Carolina, and then Chris's time zone. They're all 3 different time zones. So do you see the complexity in the whole, like, looking at the time zones?
Can I just also interrupt for just 1 minute? And I want to make a big, huge shout out to Miss Butterfly Kisses for going into bat for me yesterday. I really appreciated it. I needed the support, and thank you.
What happened?
Yeah, well, let's not go any further. No, we're not going to talk about it.
No, we're not talking about it.
All right. Thank you, Butterfly Kisses. Thank you, Butterfly Kisses, for whatever you did yesterday. Good job. Thumbs up.
That's it.
Yeah. Sorry, Kaz. Just because it's.
I don't want to get into it. I just wanted to say that because I seen her in here and I wanted to thank her and I wanted to give her a shout out. That was
I'm freezing my tits off. Cool. I'm freezing my tits off.
What? Is it cold in Melbourne?
It is. Fucking today.
It's freezing here too.
It just turned. Like, I dropped about 10 degrees in 3 seconds, like it does. Oh.
All right. Hang on. Let me have a look. What does it say on there? Oh, mine says 20 degrees. So it has actually dropped a bit up here as well.
Yeah, but Byron and all that, you're a bit hotter. Kaz, where are you?
I'm in Nowra.
New South Wales, is that?
Yeah.
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 So I'm the only Victorian. Jesus. Oh,
Right.
man, I'm in trouble. To New South Wales, nah, I'm screwed.
Oh, no worries, random squirrel. Thanks for dropping by. Hey, Natasha.
Hi, Natasha.
Hi, Natasha.
Hey,
I
Aussie
can't see the
Norman.
chat.
Stay up tonight.
I've mastered that
Damn it,
one.
Natasha. We're on the 3rd now, Natasha. You just rocked up too late, man.
Gas bagging.
Even Mr. Positive
Yeah.
put up on Chasing's page too that you're having today, so that was good.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Oh,
cool.
yeah. She's
I
my
didn't give
favourite.
much notice.
She's my favourite, Chasing. Fuck, she cracks me up.
Yeah,
She cracks me up.
too.
I
Something
don't
about
mind.
that whole Boston thing that seems
Yeah.
really Aussie, isn't there?
It sounds Aussie. Doesn't it sound Aussie, but with a different accent? Like she talks like us.
Right. It's yeah, I
Yeah,
reckon too.
I
No,
think-
what it
Yeah.
is that she's down to earth and she
Yes.
appeals to us Aussies very, very
Yes.
much because
Yep.
we see the similarities in the things
Yep.
she does, the things she says, and the
Yep.
facts that she puts out.
Yep.
That's the difference.
Chasing Truth, if you ever happen to hear this stream, Aussie, oi, oi, oi. We love you.
Yeah.
Times
Oi, oi, oi.
oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, we're the Chasing fan club, are we? We're the Down Under fan club for CT.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she's got a lot of Aussie fans, and I think that's exactly why.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
there's something about that whole Boston attitude that's sort of very ochre.
Yeah, and the face expressions. Like she looks like an Aussie. If you turn the sound down.
Night, Natasha. Sorry.
She got attacked this morning or overnight, like our morning. I guess it was her yesterday or whatever. And she hasn't done it. I know she hasn't been anywhere near it, man. Nowhere near it.
She got dragged into it just like I did.
Yeah. So, Kaz, what channel are you from? Or are you just like...
I don't have a channel. I am just a normal average Joe that people trust and tell secrets to and then expect me to shut up. So...
Right. Okay.
Does that put it...
That's complex. Let me figure that one out.
Nutshell. But I will be starting up my own aromatherapy channel.
Okay.
So.
That's what Dun said. She gets people telling her about stuff to do with the Chad and Laurie Valley Daybell case.
Yeah.
And she's like, just don't tell me if you don't want me to talk about it.
Yay. It's fun. It's fun. It's a great position to be in. I mean, look, I'm a very, very loyal person, but when it comes down to breaking the law, sorry, nah, not there.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
They won't be there. Right. They won't be there to pay your bail. Trust me.
No.
Anyone that wants you to break the law with them will not be there to pay your bail. That's a fact.
We could always have dog here. He'd go well.
That's exactly it.
So
I think we've
will this be on will I be able to watch this later and see if I sound like a dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't like actually listening to myself playing back. Hey?
Yeah, I know.
I
I'm
don't
the
like
same.
my voice.
And yes, aromatherapy through video.
Hey, where'd she go?
I don't know.
You dropped off. You dropped off on us.
I'm sure she'll be back.
Yep.
So this whole situation, this whole debacle that has been happening is an absolute shit show, and good on Nordic Trek for doing the right thing. And yeah, I think that in this situation, we all need to be on our toes and look and listen and take everything with a grain of salt unless you've got facts in front of you.
Right. Exactamundo.
That's it.
Yeah, there's just too much there's too much speculating, and oh my God, it's a shit show. But the thing is, Kaz, like, I know you're sort of new to this side of it, but it's always a shit show, man. Every single case, it ends up a shit show. They all end up a shit show.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Cluck and lost connection.
Yeah. Oh, I love her name.
Cluck and yeah. I did too instantly, and then she'd come out with the Aussie stuff. I was like, all right, get up here, have a yak.
Yeah. I guess our
bit,
accent is very, very different.
Right, there's not enough of us out there, bloody getting them used to the accent. Like, we have American TV, like, pretty much, wall to wall. It's fuck all Australian TV, and so we're used to their accents. So
yeah, not a lot of people are used to ours.
My Twitter is like only temporary, Natasha. I only joined so that I could get in touch with Nomadic Trek. So, and I'm not posting anything there. Oh, well, I've been posting his Facebooks on his Twitter, so but nothing on my own.
And if anyone would like any information on my aromatherapy, DM me, and I'll talk to you about it in another live or whatever.
Yeah, sure. Because Kaz is going to kick off a channel about her aromatherapy, so we're all gonna jump in and help her get her channel moving as well. But she's just got some organising to do before she gets there, so we'll work on it. We'll get there eventually, right, Kaz?
Yep. You should see me at the moment. I'm doing a Gangnam style dance on my bed. Hey.
Oh. Why? What do you got playing that we can't hear?
Nothing. I just like the sound of our music.
The sound of our voices.
Yes, that's it.
We just like the sound of our own voices.
No, not really. But no, I am excited, basically. It will happen.
Well, don't let the excitement get to you too much, because there's too much of that shit.
I know. I'll end up with a Benny brain. Sorry.
Hey, Benny brain. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be one that sticks, I think.
No, I think it might. So,
well, I am getting to the point where my she overheated, and I'm getting to that point too, clucking funts. I nearly said it the other way around. My tablet is like so hot that it's heated my gel pack, and it's starting to fuzz again. So
oh no, I got
3 hours.
I got my laptop on, so my phone doesn't handle restream at all. Hates it with a passion.
Yeah, cool. I haven't actually pulled my computer out from under the sheets because I'm still renovating and I still got sawdust and shit everywhere. So I haven't pulled my computer out for about 6 months, and hope it still goes when I pull it out. But I don't have all these issues, and it's got a better sound card in it, and so I'm kind of stuck with this bloody Surface Pro until I get all the dust out of my house. I got one more awning to build over my new deck, and then I can move all the tools and shit outside and make the mess out there instead of in the house. And I can start pulling things out of boxes and shit again. So
yeah, cool.
But yeah, I'm at that point at the moment where I get about 2.5 to 3 hours out of a live stream before I've warmed up all my gel packs and all my cooling equipment to keep the damn tablet uncontrolled.
Yeah, it would be a bit monotonous. I know. I've got to keep changing between my phone, my tablet, and my computer. And it does. It drives me insane.
Right. And that's another thing that I noticed too about, I think I pointed out in actually one of my videos about Nomadic Trek, is that, you know, he's using more than one device, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he's using TweetDeck, the website, and his iPhone. So like he's got three different devices.
Yeah.
And so half the thing that you have to believe that is Brian is to believe that he's actually out there trekking with a tablet, an iPhone, and a laptop.
Wow.
All in his little backpack.
Well, you do, though.
No room for food and shit.
But you do. If you're traveling, you will take them things with you no matter where you go. I mean, I'm at home and I use all three. I use them for different things.
Clucking funds. YouTube is heating my phone. It's a conspiracy.
Well, I don't know. I was starting to think that maybe Chris may have had something to do with Facebook going down. But, yeah, I guess that was too much of a mass hallucination.
He cooked it, man.
That's it.
Well, if you think about it, if he had 90,000 followers on YouTube, and the only way they had to contact him and to his rambling on, then you know, like 90,000 flooding the Facebook server might have done it.
Yeah, well, I reported him on Facebook because what he's done is just so unprofessional in every level. He's supposed to be an investigator, and all that he has done is shown what a criminal he actually is. That's scary.
That's right, Jenny.
Then you've got to look at every case he's been involved in. You have to. By law, you have to. And how many people are actually doing that?
I can say that I haven't reported anybody for anything. I've been minding my own little business, just doing my own thing over here, minding my beeswax. Well, you know,
so was I
a bit, but
so was I. Look where it got me.
True.
I mean, I was somebody who never ever spoke out at all, never ever said anything at all, and wouldn't say anything at all. But I was put in a position where if I didn't say something, somebody could have gotten hurt. So I did the right thing and put a target on my back for doing it. And, yeah, no different to what Chris has just done to everybody on YouTube. All YouTube crime-related channels have all been sicked at. Right. Whether they've agreed or disagreed now, he has called a war on everyone. And unfortunately, the YouTube channels that had him going up there and being their special guests and stuff like that, now they're all at risk. And I don't think that people see the big picture here. The people he has had on, because of his reputation and because of their reputations, what he has done is tarnish the whole bat, the whole lot. It doesn't matter whether it's a little thing or whether it's a big thing. It's impacted. It's impacted not only on YouTubers, it has impacted on the creators, it's impacted on YouTube itself, and then us subs that care about the cases that you guys bring us, that care about what happens in this world, that want to contribute the right way, then end up being put in a situation where they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. They're in absolute turmoil. I mean, I've counselled 3 people this weekend on whether they should drop YouTube channels or not. That's not my place. It's not your place, Aussie. It's nobody's place. But we're all now taking a long, hard look at what we're doing and what we're choosing to look at on YouTube.
And the way we're going to talk about it too. So
It's got to be spoken about. Nothing that we want to do. It's something that I think, especially YouTube creators, have to do for their subs, because it is causing catastrophic turmoil in everybody's lives. It doesn't stop. You'll turn off your phone, you'll get DMs.
Isn't that catastrophic turmoil part of everyone talking about each other? So if you just don't talk about each other, then it won't fucking happen.
But unfortunately, that's human behavior, and you can't stop everybody from talking.
No, I'm talking about you just said the YouTube creators have to talk about it, and I'm like, no, they don't.
No.
That's the fucking problem. They're all talking about each other.
No, but I'm not talking about other YouTube creators. I'm talking about them talking about it with their subs, so they feel comfortable enough to be able to speak in a way where it doesn't affect other people. Because it does.
Well, yeah, I think there's just so many people who are just too frigging loose and don't care how their words affect other people.
Well, that's where you have to, that's where now us subs now have to look at where our loyalties actually lie, whether we're going to put up with it or whether we're not. So we now have a choice.
I'm talking about the subs, actually. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers that are like that too, but I am talking about the subs. Like, there's just so many inappropriate comments. Like,
there is.
You have a guest on, and then someone, oh, I don't like that guest, and so all of a sudden you got all this horrible shit going on, and it's not hard to be polite. I don't like that guest, so I'm just gonna tune out, switch it off, move on, not watch that show, whatever. There's mature ways to deal with it, but they don't. They sit there in the freaking comments and they write horrible, nasty shit about your guest, and then you're like, then you're forced to kick them out, and then they want to cry about, somehow your channel's a fucking democracy.
That's right. I think in this whole case, you're going to be damned if you do, and you're going to be damned if you don't. But I also think that we, as subscribers, need to really sit back and think about, well, are we going to watch these idiots? Are we going to follow that? Are we going to believe the rumors? Are we going to go with it? And that's a conscious choice that we all have to make. It's an unfortunate one, but it should be a topic that should be open without it being turned into a kindergarten schoolyard prank. Right. So that's where it is.
Without the shit fight.
Yeah. That is exactly where it is. And it's sad. It's sad because
there's a lot of really immature stuff going on in the chats and the comments, and like, you're not seeing it on my channel yet. No. I've only really had 2 morons I've had to shove into the silence corner.
Yeah.
With the cone of silence.
Yeah. I think what we all need to sit back and think about is, how much are we really going to take on ourselves? Are we going to take that on, or aren't we not going to take it on? When you're put in a situation where you've got no choice, these things are happening around you. They're firing at you from every single imaginary thing that you can think of. It does run rampant, and it does put people off. But again, we've got to start thinking, how much are we going to contribute to this? Or how much are we going to make a shit fight of it? So I guess we all got big choices that we need to make. And unfortunately, it is people like Benny, it is people like Chris that do make us actually sit up and listen in a way that we've never had to before, because this has never happened before. So everybody
Well,
is dealing with a new situation, with new feelings.
we've been doing it for a while, Kaz.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but nothing this big has happened.
Yes,
Ever.
it has.
Not
Sorry.
you reckon?
Yes, it has. Yeah, it has.
I don't know.
Like I realize it's new to you, but no, this shit's been going on YouTube since ever YouTube was ever there.
No, I
You know, like
understand that part.
Wildflower's 11-year-old boy was the one lecturing us on it, like, because the gamers of this whole bullshit. The gamers
Wow.
were doing all of this 20 years ago, and it was this big. If someone in the gaming community,
Yeah.
because that's way back. If you want to go back before it became our, an alternative type of media, it was
Yeah.
just gamers all playing games and putting it on YouTube. And back then, if one of the popular gamers come unstuck, like someone busted them doing something or busted them telling a lie or whatever, it was all a big fucking hullabaloo and the whole YouTube would blow up. And this is no different. This is just fucking adults doing it now.
Yeah.
But they were the ones that in swatting, so I'm not sure if you know what swatting is.
No,
For those who
it's
don't
not.
know what swatting is, swatting is where you ring up the feds and you go, "There's a guy with a gun at such and such address," and
Oh my God.
and the SWAT team go over there and like SWAT the place. So, but that's what the gamers used to do to each other, like, because they would get really not like each other because they were losing or whatever,
Oh my
or
God.
because that gamer had more viewers than they, whatever. That's just kid shit. But that's what they were doing, and some guy actually, or a couple of people actually got killed because SWAT thought there was an armed person inside a house, and they swatted the place and shot everything up, and then realized, oh, whoops.
Wow.
They've got laws against it now in America because that it happened that often.
Wow.
So
I must be sheltered then.
Yeah, you can actually go to jail for swatting now. So. But yeah, this stuff is not new. It's totally fucking YouTube. It's been there all the time. Like
I
just
just
before
haven't
this all blew
seen
up,
it.
there was a chick in another genre altogether, not true crime genre, but I forget what genre she's in. And then for some reason, I'm getting all over my YouTube all these people publishing stories about her.
Oh,
And she's
wow.
a liar, and she's harassing this other chick, and we're exposing her.
Oh,
And
God.
oh my God, it was just that many, like, because I wasn't following the story. I still don't know what the fucking story was.
Yeah.
But it was just that much of it flooded on YouTube, that because these are big channels, these are 200 and 300,000 K channels. It was just that flooded on YouTube that it couldn't not miss my fucking home feed. So yeah, I was getting this in blast, this
Wow.
other story. I still don't know what it was about, but it was bigger than this. Trust me. Like I said, there was like 300K on her channel.
Oh my God.
And then all the people that were all going against her all had, at least 100K each. So, add that up.
Oh my God. I've been following you like true crime for the I've been on since 2006, but really the cases that I've followed that I really started getting into was with Laurie Vallow, Gannon Stauck, Evelyn Boswell. That was when I started getting into it, and I hadn't seen anything like this. And I ended up with what's his name, Mike King, and that was where I first came across Chris, and I thought he was great at first, and then somewhere else
Yeah, but that's
happened.
because he had Mike sort of sort of controlling the situation. I wouldn't say controlling it, but it was Mike's channel, so he had to sort of toe
Yeah.
the line, if that makes sense. So, yeah, he wasn't too bad back then, and I thought he wasn't too bad back then. And when he got his own channel, I thought, oh, that's great.
Yeah, I did too.
It's great that they've got their own channels. But then, yeah,
Something else happened, and yeah, I know. But I have never ever seen like death threats. I've never seen as much turmoil as what I've seen with this guy, and the effect that it's had on the whole of YouTube. That's what I have never ever seen before. And Mike King, he is a fantastic guy. And if Mike King won't even say anything, then I mean, that says it all, doesn't it, really?
He's just a very respectful.
He is.
He's
Dignified
very
man.
respectful. He's very dignified, respectful. Yeah. He's I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to think of the
oh wow,
what's
Natasha.
the word? Statesman like.
Yeah.
Is I think the word that I'm looking for. So yeah, and he was saying in one of his, Ask Mike Anything lives.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Something about people yelling at him, and I was like, dude, no one's going to yell at you. You're too polite, man. Why would anyone find a reason to yell at you?
Yeah. I couldn't understand that. I still don't.
Yeah.
This whole thing has really done my head in, to be honest with you. It's been a very, very large wake-up call for me. And I think it's also going to be a very, very large wake-up call for a lot of people that
right.
don't have channels, that don't get into it, like they only see it on a fleeting thing. I know some of my friends have just occasionally, because I don't bring anyone into this really, what I do, and even they're asking me, what in the hell is going on here? And I'm just like, yeah. What was that?
I haven't told anyone about my channel yet either, because they're just not into true crime. So
yeah, well, a lot of people are though.
My daughter and my grandkids know. That's it. No one else knows. I don't put it on Facebook.
I think that you need to have integrity, and with integrity, I think that grows your channel, and I think that that's what did it with Chris. He had integrity, and then he lost it, and he went down in a big way. I think, honestly, I believe that he's had some sort of damn mental break. Something's happened to that guy. And I think it happened a long time ago, but I don't think it was obvious. I think that this genre has brought it out in him to a point where people are actually noticing, like the crazy rants and stuff like that. I happened to watch him when he was on Linda's channel, It's a Crime, and he was ripping shreds of people. He was threatening people. He was doing this, that, and I thought, no, and I actually went off Linda altogether because of it. I thought, no, you can't have this shit going on, man. But
well, I did a little bit of that on Cam's live because someone threatened him, and they were actually freaking out about it. That their very first experience of someone threatening them. And I had a little rant on his live. He invited me on. We were going to talk about a whole bunch of things, but they ended up finding Gabby's body, and that's kind of sidetracked the whole conversation. So so I ended up having this rant, like, just don't threaten people. That's just dumb fuckery. Why do you go out and threaten people on the fucking internet?
One thing,
you can't go and actually do it. So
yeah. Well, one thing I will say is that thank God that this did happen, because Nomadic Trek has really, really, really opened up our eyes. And I'm talking about the Twitter account. No other account. I'm talking about that account only, because he was a complete outsider, had nothing at all to do with YouTube, and just got plucked. And
Right.
with some help, he did the plucking, and he plucked back, and he plucked back well and truly. And then when he did, I don't think that anybody has done that to Chris before. And because he did,
Right.
and because Benny took, I don't know, he was, that whole situation just does my head in. But he created the situation. So,
Yes, Clucken was referring to Cam off Kraken cases.
Yeah. Good people, really, really good people. And yeah, it's yeah, I just think that this whole thing has just gone nuts. I really do. But integrity led to insanity, didn't it, really, when you think about it?
Yeah. Yeah. So I can have my little rant and pull my head back in again. And I can admit when I'm wrong too. And I think that that's probably half the issue here, is that Chris probably wouldn't be having so much drama if he admitted he was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a big in this. The fact that he was wrong and he hasn't admitted it. And most YouTube creators, if they have it wrong, ones with integrity are the ones that turn around, they say, hey man, I screwed up. And they're embarrassed, but they go with the flow, man, and they take it on their head, and they get more respect for it. And it doesn't take a lot to admit that you're wrong. Everybody is wrong at one point in their lives. If you admit it, you tend to have a better deal. If you just keep going and going and going and going, you break everybody. And that's what's happened in this. It's broken. How do we get that back?
Right. Well, I think part of the exercise is convincing Nomadic Trek to talk about it. We don't need to see his face. We don't need his credentials. We don't need his IP address. We don't need none of that shit.
No.
We do need him. We do need him to talk about it, because people need to know how it feels to be on that end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's all fine and dandy to sit here and say, oh, I think, insert opinion here. Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
But what does your opinion actually do out there in the world? Because you're saying it publicly now. You're saying it on a medium that puts it out there to the public. You're not just thinking it in your head, and you're not just saying it to your neighbor. You're putting it on a public medium. And so that person that you just said that about is now being victimized by the thing that you said. So, and understanding how it feels to be on that side of it, when you're just getting around doing your own thing, like he obviously was, he barely had 5 followers. He said he had his, family. That was it. That's all he had on Twitter.
Yeah,
and
we
then
have
next
clucking
minute, Chris
fucks. We have. I guess.
And then next minute does this to him, and for fuck's sake, like the guy's like, he's actually got, he's in the thousands now with his followers, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me have a look.
I don't
have a look
really.
at the chart again.
But,
he's in the thousands now. I think he's up to 2,000 or something.
Well, think about it from this perspective. He had how many followers before all this started? No one had heard of him except for the Burning Man and the things that he does as far as his work goes. And then all of a sudden, this guy has just had the most catastrophic earthquake go through his roof and just shatter everything. If I was him,
he went from 5 He went from 5 followers to 2,763 in a week.
Wow. So maybe he needs time to like deal with what's happening with him because he just doesn't know how to deal with it. Maybe.
Well, he's a loner, so the whole fucking talking to crowds can't be, attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a problem talking to crowds, and I'm a full extrovert, so
I do too.
I had a problem with doing, yeah. So like this whole YouTube thing scared the bejesus out of me. So
it scares me. Yeah. And I don't scare much, but it scares me.
Mamma Mia, I tend to agree with you there, and I think that's actually where his head's at the moment.
Yeah.
Mamma Mia said, I wonder if NT talking about it would just be more fodder for drama. And we're just seeing that unfold with Don, like Don's the only one who actually has a fucking alibi in that whole scenario.
I know. I know.
And look what's happening there. He decided to speak for the family because the family's too distraught to do the speaking.
Yeah, I know. And look at him.
And he's at he's the center suspect, and he's got a fucking alibi.
Yeah.
He's the only one who has.
How to screw up your own life in 10 easy steps. It's crazy.
Well, I don't know that he screwed his own life up.
No, I don't.
I think he's doing the right thing by speaking for the family.
I think he is.
People are now pissed off because this behaviour panel thing coming up on Thursday. It was only Don. It was only Don speaking. It wasn't Candace and everyone. We need to hear from her. Like, why? You want to see her cry on TV so you can make her cry harder? Is that what you want? Because that's all.
No, what I meant.
Like other victims, isn't it? They didn't care if they were crying. Didn't cry the way I would have cried.
No. I think the point that I was making was the people that he went to. The people who gave him a voice aren't really looking out for him. And I think that's what I was referring to, how to screw your life up in 10 easy steps. But, okay, in 2, because he only really spoke to a couple of people. But you know what I mean? I had
to switch that channel off because she said one more time, bring the daughter home and do as you're told, because I'm fucking telling you to. I was going to slap it.
Yeah, I know. It gets like that. It does. Especially when you're passionate about something and you do all the research and you don't listen to the gossip or the rumours or the innuendos. Once you take all of that away, you get a very, very, very different picture. So...
Yes, you're exactly right, Cluckin. That's exactly it. Yes.
Jenny. They made a fortune out of Don, an absolute fortune. And I know somebody who's going to be missing at least $90,000 this month alone for doing exactly that.
He sure is, Jenny. He's the chill.
He is.
But you know what? Because he goes to Burning Man.
So I don't know. I would have handled it that good.
You want to be chill as NT, then fucking get your asses off to Burning Man and learn how. Because they do. They have so there's 24 round the clock, 24/7. There's activities all around the clock, okay? And there's dancing and getting drunk, but there's also meditation classes and yoga classes, and like it's just great. If you want to work out how to be chill as this dude, get yourself off to Burning Man.
Yeah.
We have one festival left in Australia, I think one left, that is similar to Burning Man. It's called the Serpent, what is it called? The Rainbow Serpent Festival?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's down Melbourne way. Well, it's been moving around because it's just getting too difficult to do it in Australia. Like, our authorities don't like us having a good time. They want to freaking ruin everything for everyone. Not allowed to gather in gatherings more than 12 people and all this shit. There's all these restrictions because they don't like us having a party.
Wow. I don't
And
know.
they certainly don't like the alternative lifestyle in Australia.
I think that we should have a Nimbin over there.
A Nimbin in America.
Yep.
I'm sure they have them. I'm sure they do
Yeah,
have them.
probably. I mean, because that's what he reminds me of is Nimbin. He's that laid back. And he's
Yeah,
handled it that well, you know. It's just like a chill pill.
yeah. Not always. I went to Nimbin one day, and you know the Nimbin markets on Sundays.
Yeah.
There were these two chicks bloody tearing each other's hair out over a bloody market stall position. Apparently, both of them had bought this spot. I mean, the only reason I know this is because they were screaming it at the top of their freaking lungs, and like had each other by the hair. So it got a little bit hectic. So it's not always cool, man.
Good on you, Jenny.
They still
Jenny
have
introduced
their
a hubby to it.
territorial war.
Jenny introduced a hubby to
Yeah.
it. So he's now defending
Hang on.
him on Twitter. Good on ya. So
He's obsessed with defending him. Good
yeah,
on ya.
that's what I was referring to. Yeah.
Here, I'm going to show you guys Nimbin. I'm going to show you guys what Nimbin is, okay? It's a place in Australia.
It is beautiful.
And
I'm hanging to get back.
It's a cool place, but I don't go there very often, honest. Let me just get some shit off the screen so we
My
can make
dad
some
almost
room
bought a
for
coffee
it.
farm in Nimbin.
Yeah, right. Well, it's the place to get a coffee farm, I reckon.
Yeah.
Bring it in. There we go. Now, I just googled Nimbin Mardi Gras because that's what it's most known for is the Mardi Gras festival. Let me just get this out of the way.
And it is the best.
It is. It's a good weekend, the Mardi Gras festival.
Yeah, I've got friends that go up there with their bickies and sell their bickies every year.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure when I've seen them chicks, and that's what I was doing there. I was buying cookies. So,
hey Jenny, do you have a dialer hubby over there? I think I need one.
In what's CO, Colorado? Called Arise. CO, Colorado? I think it is. I'm not good with the state initials, apparently.
Isn't Colorado CA? Oh, no, that's California.
Yeah. Yeah, them clucking funts.
Yeah.
Them ones. So, yeah, so Nimbin is basically our, it's our grass capital.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a drive-through. If you can't find it anywhere else, you just kind of go to Nimbin and pull up.
Mind you, it's illegal. It's illegal over here, though. But yeah.
Yeah, wind your window down, and someone will come over and go, "Well, what do you want?"
What?
You put your order in, and they go off and get it, and they come back and they take your money and you drive off.
They'll even serve it with a cup of coffee. They'll bring a cup of coffee out to your car and all. Or a beer.
Right, so the hemp cafe used to serve it with,
Yep.
Absolutely. So basically, as far as legalizing it goes, because we're still on that mission trying to legalize it,
Yes.
Nimbin is the capital, basically the capital of legalizing the. That's what that is, incidentally. It's a dirty big joint.
You want to hear a funny story? When I went to WA, I went over there years ago, but I took my ex-husband back over there. And over there in the markets, it is just full of bongs, implements, you name it, they've got it. And my husband nearly had a heart attack. Anyway, we decided to go for a picnic and we went out to Kings Park. And my husband's saying, what is everybody doing? Because all of a sudden you'd see people and they'd start ducking behind trees, and then all of a sudden they'd pop up and you'd see about 10 or 20 people ducking up and down in the bushes. And he says, what the hell's going on? But he nearly died. Everybody's there having a smoke. I mean, the biggest tourist attraction ever in the middle of Perth, and everybody is stuck in between trees, under trees, behind logs, in the logs, behind barbecues, in the barbecues, you name it. But it was hilarious. But yeah, over there, they're just like, they're everywhere. Go to the markets and they're full. Not one or two shops. I mean, you've got like 50 shops. It's crazy. But yet it's highly illegal. Very highly illegal.
Right. You're allowed to have a bong, but if it's ever found with anything in it, then you're in deep shit.
Yep.
You can have an unused bong to look at because they're pretty, and that's it.
And that's the only way.
So, yeah.
Other than
Well, I am going to try. I've gone half an hour, and I'm actually at the point where I can't see my screen anymore because it's gone fuzzy.
all right. Well, I'm going to say adios, everybody. And, yeah, take care. Have fun. Bye.
More love, less hate.
That's it. Catch you on the rebound. Bye.
Thanks for coming by.
You're welcome,
Bye.
doll. Bye.
Okay, guys, so I have to wrap it up. So there you go. You've heard some Aussies yapping away like a bunch of galahs. Meerkats, you reckon, Jenny? I'm not sure. I must have missed what meerkats was in reference to. So, so yeah, that's it, guys. 3.5 hours. Woo! I always say I'm only going to go on for an hour and end up being 3-4 hours. But yeah, we've had a good yak today. We've got some stuff off our chests and sorted some stuff out. Well, between ourselves at least, anyway. So, yeah, we'll do it again sometime. And get some more, sorry, my smoke's blowing in my own face. I'm so tough, my smoke blows in my own face. So yeah, bunch of old moles. You canny fun. Sure, we can DM on Twitter. So yeah, I am Aussie Insider on Twitter. So I think my handle is Esmeralda 007. I don't know how you do it. You'll see me like yapping my head off in Nomadic Treks feed. So find me, click me, and yep, no worries. So if you want to share emails with me, go over to the let me see if I've got it on the clipboard still. I don't. go over to Buy Me a Coffee page. There's a contact form there. Hit me up. I'll get your email and I'll send you a hello. I don't want to share my email on broadcast because you end up with, stupid shit like death threats and silly crap that most YouTubers get anyway. So if you go over to, let me post a link for you. Has any of my guys got the link handy? Over to my Buy Me a Coffee page. And yeah, hit me up there and I will share an email with you that way. So I don't have to broadcast it on public and get stupid threats and crap. Like, so many people just want to fucking say stupid shit in emails. So a lot of people are getting death threats and all sorts of stuff over this whole shenanigans, but I was threats long before any of this stuff started happening. So I just prefer not to put my email out there because I can't be fucked being up all night and all day trying to answer emails. So if you make the effort and you contact me and you don't threaten me and you're all polite and shit, I'll share my email with you. So all right, guys and gals, I am going to sign out because I cannot see anything anymore on my screen. It's totally blurred out. I'm about to cook the CPU if I don't sign off. So I'll talk to you all again in the next live, guys. Love yous all. Thanks for dropping by. Bye. Bye.